Nice, good.
Shalom. We the Hebrew Israelites coming out here this weekend, and we got to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, the virgin daughter of Babylon, which is America. First and foremost, we want to give all the praises and glory unto Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Fakadash.
Double honors to the elders, apostles, of the great millstone. Much blessing and salutations to the occupant around the four corners of the earth who are diligently pushing out this truth and this truth and sincerity. Hey, all right. Send me the link
For this video?
to this video.
Okay.
One of the brothers asked to send it to me. I got it right here. But yeah, man, you know, we coming into a time, you know, of great judgment coming down here on the planet Earth. You know, and you know, what we see happening is the Lord preparing, you know, America the Great, okay, or Babylon the Great, okay, to be destroyed. Okay, we see the value of the dollar collapsing. We see the morals of America coming down to a all-time low. Okay, we have tensions across the earth rising, and what's getting ready to take place is what Esau and the people of this world are calling a great reset. Okay, and what, matter of fact, get Second Ezra chapter, I believe 6. Jacob at the beginning of the poem. Okay, because what society is calling a great reset has been prophesied about happening from the beginning. Okay, go ahead.
It's the book of Second Ezra 6 verse 9. It reads, "For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth."
Right. So Esau is read it again.
This is the book of Second Ezra 6 verse 9. "For Esau is the end of the world."
For Esau is the end of the world. Esau is in the Bible. That was Jacob's twin brother. Okay, the modern day Edomite. Okay, which Esau is Edom. The modern day Edomite is a so-called white man. It said that Edom is the end of the world. You go there into that word world, it's eon in the Greek, meaning a time period. So Esau is the end of the time period that we're in right now. Okay, he's going to be in rulership in the last days. Job 9:24 says what? The earth is given unto the hand of the wicked. Malachi 1:4 tells you the wicked is Esau, Edom. Okay? So Esau is the end of the world, but Jacob, his brother, the Israel, okay, shall be the beginning of it that followeth. That's the great reset that the scriptures talk about that's getting ready to occur. Okay?
Finish off.
Yep.
Reads on. It says, "For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth."
Read the next verse.
It reads on, verse 10. "The hand of man is betwixt the heel and the hand." Other question Ezra asks, "Thou not?"
So read verse 8.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's right.
It's the book of Second Ezra 6 verse 8. It reads, "And he said unto me, Father, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau."
Yeah, see, because Esau was the firstborn, and as soon as he came out, what did you see? You saw Jacob's hand cleaving onto the foot of Esau. Okay, meaning what? That Jacob was going to be the one pulling this man down by his foot. And that's what we see happening through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son. Okay, He has risen up His people. Okay, and He is bringing down these devils, man.
Hey, and that's spiritual too, because the heel is like right up on the foot, pretty much controlling the foot, and that's where we're at on the statue, the foot, the feet and the toes, you know.
Miry tank.
Yep.
The iron mixed with miry clay, man. You know, and we see these damn devils against each other, man. These devils hate each other. They act cool, you know, especially with you Jakes. You know, they act cool with you, but really they hate you, man. They hate themselves. They hate each other. They hate their own kind, man. That's why Esau is always going to war. They're having these civil wars. Their parents kicking their kids out. You know, Esau is known for that shit.
Look out, man. I got a preset. It's the book of Matthew 12, starting at verse 25, it reads, and Yahushua knew their thoughts and said to them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand.
Right, and the house of Esau is divided, and it's against itself. Okay, you got the Republicans and the Democrats. You had the plebeians and the patricians. You had the Americans and the Russians. Okay, they're all against each other, man. Neighbor against neighbor. Get I think it's Isaiah 19. You see, and again, this is all the doing of the Heavenly Father. Because here it is, you're on top of the world. You have all the power. You have all the power in the world, and yet you still fighting amongst yourselves, man. That goes to show you how low of a devil this guy is, man. This man has no stabilities. He's a piece of shit. Okay, how you at the top? The whole earth is under your command, so to say, and you're fighting amongst yourselves, man. That is absurd. You know. Yeah, get that Isaiah 19.
It's the book of Isaiah 19, starting at verse 2.
Right, because again, the reason why this is because people say, oh, that happens amongst everybody. Yeah, but why is it happening amongst you devils, man? I thought y'all were so perfect. I thought y'all were white, right? Pure. Well, it's the Heavenly Father putting His Spirit in y'all, man. Go ahead.
It reads on, Isaiah 19, verse 2.
Yep.
It reads, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians.
Right, and this place is spiritually Sodom and Egypt, because this is where the Israelites came to serve captivity. Matter of fact, everything you can think about here in America has some origin back to Egypt. Pagan worship, your monuments, okay? Not to mention the captivity of the Israelites. Okay, so who are the Egyptians? You everyday Americans, man. You know, you guys fight against sports like these two idiots. Okay, you fight about politics. You fight over oil. You know, you fight over money control. You know, go ahead.
Reads on, verse 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother.
Yeah, everyone against his brother, man. Okay? Your neighbors, all that. That's what's getting ready to come here to the streets of America, man. Go ahead. And you see, for the longest time, you Americans have looked at these other nations that these things have been happening, and you talk shit. You're like, oh, look at that shithole country, right? Like Donald Trump put it. Look at that shithole country. They can't. They don't got their shit together. Everything's in chaos. Well, now look at America. Everybody's looking at America like this place is through. Like that's a shithole country. Go ahead.
It reads on. It says, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom.
Right. You know, that's what's coming to the streets, man. City against city, neighbor against neighbor. Okay, kingdom against kingdom. All right. But the greatest battle that's getting ready to be done is going to be Esau versus Esau, man. Okay. Because you Israelites, man, you don't want to go to war with these devils, man. You get destroyed in a millisecond. You have niggas dead all of the niggas dead in 2 weeks.
Go ahead. It reads on, verse 3. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof.
Yeah, see, and the nations are starting to catch wind of it, man. They're like, man, this place is through. What do we really got to worry about? You know, the nations still acknowledge the power of America's military, but other than that, this place is through, man. The spirit of Egypt is falling in the midst thereof.
Shit, the Taliban was over there doing mock funerals for America. They had a casket with the American flag on it, just passing it around the streets.
Back in Isaiah 19, verse 3, it reads, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof.
I will destroy the counsel thereof. The Lord said He will destroy it, man. See, there's no more calendars. There's no more wisdom and teaming. The Lord is destroying all your councils. You go to these G7 summits, you have your little powwows, and you guys sit there with your hands on your chin wondering who the fuck is going to speak first. Like, well, does anybody got any ideas? No, because you're all out of ideas, man. Wisdom is run out, okay? Your wisdom that the Lord gave you to rule the nations, to have the power that you have and to gain it, has been taken, and now you're starting to go down a spiral, man, like a toilet flushing. Go ahead.
Reads on in verse 3, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers.
Right, and that's what these damn Edomites are doing, man. They're going to their go ahead, finish reading.
It reads on, it says, and they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers and to them that have familiar spirits and to the wizards.
Yeah, that's why they're doing all these you see them doing these seances, you know, their little rituals, okay? Because they're trying to conjure up Satan on the left. They're trying to conjure up Satan, like, where you at? Okay? They trying to figure out where Satan's at. Because now he done went back up to the Most High. Okay, go ahead.
Hey, real quick, let me read it out of the NIV, that same verse right there. Isaiah 19 and 3, right? It was at 3. It says, the Egyptians will lose heart, and I will bring their plan to nothing. They will console the idols and the spirits of the dead, the mediums and the spirits.
Yep. See, that's what they're doing, man. They're trying to figure out, just like Saul was trying to do, trying to figure out, like, hey, man, you know, can you talk to the Lord? You know, can you do something? You know, not let me bug out, let me not lose this position that I have. That's what you Edomites are doing, man. But it's not gonna work. Because what can you get that scripture where it says talking about the monkey who brought some angels?
Stand now by judgment.
Yeah, it's
in Isaiah somewhere. 47.
It's on Isaiah 47?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Same.
We'll get it real quick. Get that verse 13.
All right, this is the book of Isaiah 47, verse 13. Well, let's start at verse
12.
12. Okay. It says, stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries.
Yeah, so the Lord is telling you, go ahead and do it. So that's why in Isaiah 19 it's telling them, it's saying that's what they're doing, because the Lord is putting it in their spirit. Go ahead.
It reads on. It says, and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth.
Yeah, from thy youth, man. You know, you go all the way back to these Rothschilds, the Borgiers. These people have been doing sacrifices and rituals to try to stay on that with that left hand power, man.
Like the brother said, always, you know, the brother went even back further, but the beginning of this country, everybody know the founding fathers were fucking warlords. The whole infrastructure of how America, you know, is built, the Pentagon and everything. You know, this place was established from, like you say, since thou hast practiced from thy youth. So this place was just, you know, established
Witchcraft,
man. You know?
Reads on. It reads, if so be thou shalt be able to profit.
Hey, and real quick, it's literally just the left hand side of the Lord, because they even have order amongst that too. Yep. You know, like the different Freemasonry levels, and then even above that, you know, it's all order, man. They got priesthoods and everything over there, which would be the warlocks and all that. Those are the priests on the left hand side. You know, conjuring up spirits.
That's right. But the right hand is strong, man.
Yeah.
Okay. The left hand can't handle what the right hand is capable of.
Yeah.
Both have powers, but the right hand is a lot stronger than the left.
Yeah. And right now you're just seeing what the left hand can do. Right. But real soon you're gonna see the right hand of the Lord, which is Yahushua. And ultimately, when the men of the Lord get those powers, man, and then you ain't gonna be able to know all this man's accomplishments that nobody dares to fuck with the beast, and it's gonna come to naught in one day.
Yep. Go ahead.
Reads on. Verse 12, continuing, it says, if so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail.
Yeah, so the Most High, he basically making a wager with you devils. Like, go ahead, see if you're gonna make some money off of it, or see if you're gonna profit. You know? Go ahead.
Read on. Verse 13, thou art weary, and the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand
Esau,
up.
it said Esau is wearied in the multitude of his counsels, man. This man's eyes all droopy. Look at these devils, man. Look up the Rothschilds and look at their photos, man. These people are completely through,
They
man.
just look evil too. They just got an evil countenance.
Right.
And they gonna be standing there like this and shit. Like, what the fuck?
You look at them, man, and they look like they've been smoking a pack of cigarettes a day, man.
And they the healthiest people on the earth.
Right, exactly. Because that's what these rituals and their councils have been doing to them, man. All that energy that they've been using to try to stay in power, man.
Drinking blood and
Drained
shit.
them. Yeah. That shit's ruined them, man. Go ahead. Spiritually and physically, man.
And it's what it is the dark side.
Right.
You know, like in Star Wars, remember the Sith, how nasty looking he got? That's them Rothschilds, man. They got all that power on the left hand side. That shit bugs them niggas out.
That's right.
It's too much for them.
Reads on, verse 13. It says, "Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee."
Now, just to back what the brothers up, what they were saying, that's the wickedness. To show you that it's the right hand side and the left hand side of scripture that we all know. 1 Corinthians, it's like in 1 Chronicles 12 and 32. 1 Chronicles 12 and 32. And the children of Issachar, which were men that had the understanding of the times, to know what Israel ought to do, the heads of them were 200, and all their brethren were at their commandments. All right, because Issachar would look at the constellations. All right, and they understand the times, man. Okay, so that's on the right hand side. You know, it goes to show you it's the right hand side and left hand side. Esau is on the left hand side, man. You know.
And you also had Levi, who was attacked with the spirits. You know, with the basically the spiritual
Priesthood. That was the priesthood.
The priesthood. You know, they had the Urim and Thummim.
Yeah, the internet. I mean, what Esau shit is today is the internet and all that electricity and shit, bro.
You wanted to do a Google search, all you had to do was go to a Levi, man.
Yep, exactly.
Back in those days.
You wanted some answers, go to the Levite, and that's what Esau indoctrinates everybody with. Because remember, the Levites were supposed to teach the law, and that his witchcraft, they're teaching it through the internet and through means of TV, all that, man.
That's how people are influenced now. People are influenced through the internet.
It's social media.
Yep.
Okay.
You can make people get riled up over a fucking tweet.
What do they call themselves? Social media influencers.
Yep, exactly.
Come on, man, you gotta follow them. That's a cult.
Yeah.
Think about it. This nigga got 10 million followers. Come on, man. This is it. Don't take too much to put this shit together. They're making cults, man. Nigga got 3 followers. He's a loser.
The stars of the heaven, shall fall. Right. And spiritually speaking, the stars, like brother say, social media influence. Yep. You got people that's really, literally stars, man. They shine. They're in the bright lights. They're
idolized.
Exactly. They're idolized, man. Yep. So all those are going to fall, man. And how they're projected once again through the internet, Urim and Thummim. Exactly. You can see these stars.
That horn.
All right, the horn all over the world, man. All right, these stars are projected all over the world through the heavens. All right.
All right. Reads on. Isaiah 47 and 14. Behold. Well, that's going.
See, hey, this is why Great Mills was saying we have 100% truth. You don't hear no other groups going into things like that.
Never.
Think that's what they should do. All right, we get it. now what?
Explain to me. Edify me on why Esau Edom is the devil.
Yeah.
Edify me. Explain to me why that he fits all these prophecies. They don't go into those.
Exactly. Correct.
Going back into the book of Isaiah 19, I'm going to go back in verse 3. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsels thereof, and they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers and to them that have familiar spirit.
So these councils have been not working now. Now these devils are all up at night trying to figure out why, just like Saul, why the spirit stopped dealing with them.
Yep.
Now Esau, Edom, these elites, they're starting to feel that same way, man. They're like, damn, man, what's going on, man? I'm not feeling it no more. Go ahead.
It reads on, verse 4. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them.
Yeah, let's get down to verse 14.
All right, it's the book of Isaiah 19, verse 14. The Lord Yahweh hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they
Yeah, the Lord's mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, man. You know, hey, you know, like there's a saying in the world, you know, want to know the condition of a country, look at their women. Look how perverse these women are, man. You got all types of harlotry and witchcraft being done through these women, man. For the women. A bunch of bug outs, man. All because of women. The things that these men in society nowadays do is all for a woman, man. Wear pink shorts, get lined up. All that's for women, man. It's supposed to be the other way around. A woman's supposed to get dolled up, do all these different things, put this on for a man to appease the eyes of a man. But you see, these men in society today are completely through. There is no men here in America but the prophets of the Lord, man. The rest of these people out here are sissies, man. Appeasing a damn woman. That's why America's a shithole, man. Because there is no men out here. Go ahead.
reads on.
The Lord's getting ready to establish the real men, the men of understanding. Go ahead.
It's the book of Isaiah 19:14. The Lord Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof.
Yeah, that perverse spirit is causing Egypt to err in every work thereof, man. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you putting a follower as the top of the top, man.
That's the worshiping of Semiramis and Tammuz.
Yeah, exactly.
Baking cakes with them hoes.
Bring that out.
Jeremiah 31:22. The book of the prophet Jeremiah 31 verse 22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man.
See, this is a new thing on the earth. A woman compassed a man.
When the scriptures say seek out the old ways, the old past, that's not the old past, man.
Right. Yep. That's not. Yeah, this ain't the way, man. You women being able to just do whatever you want, and you men following them like a lapdog, man. That ain't the way, man. It's a goddamn shame to look at an Israelite man begging after the crumbs of a fucking woman, man.
Simping.
Yeah. That's a damn shame, man. To see a man in a low ass estate like a simp, man. That is a low spirit, man.
It's a loser.
Yes. You a loser, man. You gotta be destroyed. You gotta be cleansed, man.
That's why they did in those days. You know what? They was shunned away from the villages.
Right.
Like, this guy is pathetic. Get him out of here.
He's a weakling.
And he couldn't repopulate now. Now, you know, these niggas come running out here to sympathize for these women, and now they get to, you know, that's what's promoted in the society. You know, because like the brother's saying, the real men are the men of the Lord, like, and the Lord's about to elevate those men. All right, it ain't gonna be what they call it, pretty boys summer, hot summer boys or whatever. Like, all that shit's coming to an end, man. The Lord's about to raise up His men, and everybody else is gonna be nothing.
Yeah, and then you also got these moes talking about hot boy summer. What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Fucking motherfucker, man. Go ahead, dog, with that.
This is Isaiah chapter 3. I read 11 and 12, points verse 12. Isaiah verse 3, starting at verse 11, it says, Woe unto the wicked, it shall be ill with him, for the reward of his hand shall be given him. Verse 12, As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy paths. Yep, so as for my people, it says children are their oppressors. That child is Esau, the insignificant one, the one that doesn't know how to run the world. You can see as we see the condition as earth is now, he can't take care of it, you know. And
Hey, what did Job say? They that were younger than me, something like that.
Yeah.
You know, I want to have my dog sit with me.
Yep.
Yep. And it says,
Held me in derision.
it says, and women rule over them, you know, because this is a queendom. You know, Babylon is known as that great whore, it's a woman. You know, this is that philosophy, this energy that's pushed on this earth, and it goes throughout the people on the earth, and especially goes into the men. You know, it says,
And that's how you know who Eve is. Clearly, it's our fucking woman, because that's who's taking Esau's bullshit, and that's who the highest elevated woman is It's the Israelite woman, because they eating it up the most, you know. But now the Lord's about to try them down in the streets. They going down with Esau, shit, unless the ones that get right, you know.
And it says, "Oh my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err."
And who's leading y'all? The damn woman.
Yep.
Why? Because this place is completely utterly through. And I wouldn't be surprised if something happened to Biden and then they put that that female as the leader, man. And then y'all really gonna be through, man. Then y'all gonna really the epitome of the scriptures is gonna really show you what that precepts are talking.
Hey, how fitting that the whore goes down with the whore leader at the end, you know? So that'll be perfect.
I finished it. They which lead thee cause thee to err and destroy the way of thy paths.
Yep. Bring it out again. Bring out
This is Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 22. It says, "How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For Yahweh hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man."
Yeah, the women have compassed a man and to now be put in that leadership position. So they that lead thee have caused thee to err, man. And the men that are behind the scenes, the elites, they're the ones propagating that, man, on the earth. They're the ones pushing out that spirit because they want all you people to be in the lowest state. He's trying to bring about his so-called great reset, but it's going to fail because the Lord has caused that spirit of Egypt to fail in the midst thereof, man. Okay? Go ahead. You had something you want to say on that?
Going back into Isaiah 19 and verse 15, 14, finishing off, it says, "And they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit."
Yep, staggering in his vomit, man. All right, that's how America is right now. A drunken man just staggering, throws up, and falls right on it, face first. Everybody's gonna be looking at him. God damn, that dude's through. And that's what these nations are doing, man. You know? Go ahead.
You know, they wait to rob people like that too.
Right, yeah.
That's what's about to happen to America.
She shall be spoiled. Yep.
Exactly.
Go ahead and get that if you got it.
This is Revelation 18 verse 3. Revelation 18 verse 3. "For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication."
Right, see? The whole, so I read it again, all nations, right?
Yeah. Revelation 18 and 3. "For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication."
Yeah, see, because it's not just here in America that this spirit is being pushed out there. It's all over the earth. Drinking the wine of her fornication, that's the philosophies that America pushes on these other nations. Okay? A lot of these other nations ain't having it though. That's why you go to Africa and let a Mo come out, be found in the little tribe. He getting beat to death.
Hey, look what happened in Afghanistan. America's out, so now they finally putting Mo's down again.
Right. Yep.
There's an article that came out. They're putting them down because the whore ain't there no more to police them with their philosophies.
It says, "For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacy."
Yeah, see, so these other nations have prospered off of following after the philosophies of this country, man, of America, of this devil. Okay? They drank that juice and they got rich off it. Hey, Carl, y'all about to stay outside, man.
Big baller, right?
Yeah, that's Jake too, probably, huh?
Yeah, it was. The nigga with the pink shorts.
Oh. Hey, let me read that verse in the new NIV, because it gives you so you can understand it a little better. This is Revelation 18 and 3. "For all the nations have drunk the maddening wine of her adulteries. The kings of the earth committed adultery with her, and the merchants of the earth grew rich from her excessive luxuries." There you go. America is all about luxuries. And where did most of these products come from? These other nations, man.
Yep. That's right. Go ahead.
Going back in Isaiah 19 and 15, it reads, "Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. In that day shall Egypt be like unto women."
Yeah, there you go. Read it again, brother.
It's the book of Isaiah 19 and 16. "In that day shall Egypt be like unto women."
Egypt shall be like unto women, man. Uncontrollable, emotional as hell, unstable, That's America in a nutshell right now. Read it again.
It's the book
Because
of
America is the modern day Egypt.
19 and 16.
Yeah, I gotta read this shit. This shit's hilarious. No, go ahead and read it
All right,
first,
it
though.
says, in that day shall Egypt be like unto women,
Shall it be like unto women. Go ahead.
and it shall be afraid and feared.
Yeah. Afraid. Why you think men are going with their hands on their loins? Okay, knees weak as water. A woman, she gets weak in, she gets weak when she gets confronted by a man. They faint. Or at least they should. But that's America right now, man.
GMO's got bitches fighting back and shit.
BPA.
Yeah.
Fist in the air and shit. Hey, that's the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
Just standing there like that, And it's not a coincidence that a woman is a symbol of America, man.
That whore, man.
Yep.
Hey, was that it on that verse?
A little bit left. It says,
Okay,
because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, which he shaketh over us.
Yeah, the Lord is sprinkling that dust on this place, man. That confusion.
That's the
Okay.
wrath he's bringing.
Shake the
Again.
hands, symbolic of judgment.
Yeah.
That's right. Go ahead.
Okay, let me read it over here. This is Isaiah 19 and 16. In that day, the Egyptians will become weaklings. They will shudder with fear at the uplifted hand of that the Lord Almighty raises against them.
Yeah, there's
There you go.
a
Weaklings.
nation of weaklings, man.
Which is why the women got to be drafted.
Exactly.
That's another so-called
Weaklings.
sign. Right there.
Yeah.
The women
True.
have been empowered and men have been weakened, man. Okay. Well, now y'all getting ready to see the end results of a weak men.
Yep.
Of having a nation full of weak men.
Yep.
You're gonna be completely decimated in the wars, man. Your brides are gonna have no bridegroom because they're gonna be dead in the wars, and your women are gonna be sent over there with leaving behind orphans, man. And then guess who's gonna raise those? A bunch of demons. If America was allowed to continue, the government. And what are they gonna do? Make them into homos? Moles? get him poked up, get him to Caragma, and send him on his merry old way. Give him a tutu and send him on his way. That's what would happen to you men if America was allowed to go another 5 years, man.
Yeah, that's why it's the reason why the 12 and under is can't get a juice yet. Because they want that generation. They want to wipe out the generation above that.
Those can be re-educated.
Exactly. They under 12, they're 12 and under, so they can be re-educated.
And that's Esau 101 right there. That's what he did to us in slavery.
Yep. Got rid of the older generation.
Yep. No new thing under the sun.
You make examples out of the older ones.
Exactly, right. Making examples. And what's the example Esau's gonna show? Is that look, when you were left to yourselves and we didn't have full control over y'all, look what happened. Millions of people died over wars. So now there's not gonna be no wars because we're one people. And you're gonna be, everything's gonna be okay.
Everyone's being monitored at all times, so
Yeah.
that's what Esau wants to do, just monitor everybody all the time. There's no crime no more.
Because they already. Go ahead.
I was gonna say you speak about the government taking control over your children at a certain age. They're already pushing that out now. Whereas your child want to come home and say they want to be a transformer,
Exactly.
right? If you was to say no to that, the government can take your child for child abuse, man. So now the government is saying is, look, you gotta allow the child to do whatever they want to do, man, and you don't have no precedence over that.
Yeah, and you see that, through the years that has progressed rapidly. Because at one point in time, Jake would whoop their kids, and then you can see gradually throughout the years, DCF, they started cracking down on you disciplining your kids. Now it's to the point where now that shit has progressed so fast within the last 3-5 years that now, like the brother said, your kid can come home and say, hey, they want to change this or they want to change that, and it ain't shit you can do about it. So Esau has had that grip, and that grip is only getting tighter.
That's right. Go ahead.
Going to the book of Isaiah 47, at the top, verse 1, it reads, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon.
Yeah, come sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon, man. And confusion. Because, hey, even the people are confused. People don't even know what the hell they are. You got a bitch that classified as a bug?
A bug. A roach. That's what she is. A
Classified as a fucking bug now, man.
Babylon.
Yeah, bro, it's straight confusion, man. Well, guess what? The Lord is bringing you down to the dust, man, to a complete, utter, where you're covered in it. Okay? Read it again, start at the top.
This is the book of Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon.
And the virgin daughter of Babylon, virgin meaning undefiled. America hasn't been defiled yet. It's wicked, it's all out wicked, but this place hasn't been touched. Okay? Get that Revelation 18, verse, I think it's like 7. Yep.
Revelation, you want it now?
Yeah.
Revelation 18:7, it says, how much she hath glorified herself.
Yeah, America's done nothing but glorified herself around the whole earth, man. Like the Apostle Ramlai was doing that, Apostle Ramlai was doing that video the other day, and he was showing, typing in McDonald's and this nation, McDonald's and that nation. And then he typed, you find McDonald's everywhere, man. America has glorified themselves as if everything that comes from here, that was created from here, is the best thing out there, man. When it's clearly showing, the Lord is clearly showing the world that there is nothing great about this place. Donald Trump had to have a slogan saying, make America great again, meaning it's not great right now. And it's not going to be again. The Lord has took away the greatness of Babylon the Great. Okay?
I got a quick one real quick. Just to back up two things you just said about the McDonald's and then going back to being great again. Jeremiah 51, I'm going to start at verse 7. Babylon hath been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken it for wine, therefore the nations are mad. Backing the brother up like he was going into about these McDonald's going on around the earth, all right, and all these different things. Now they have, these other nations would say to us, hey, you Americans are obese, you're fat, you're overweight and everything else like that, all right? But ultimately, now they got that McDonald's into their neighborhoods, and now they're going to start following those same paths, all right? Continuing on, verse 8, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Hell for her, take balm for her pain, if so she may be healed. Says we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go everyone to her own country.
Right, and the scripture says, give me any plague but the plague of a woman. So that's that sickness. It's the feminine spirit has been poured out here. Go ahead. You got something to say on it too?
Well, a little bit more. It says, and let us go everyone to his own country, for judgment reaches unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. And so like the brother is saying, they got that heavy effeminate spirit over this here place, man. Everything is all corrupted. There's no going back from these things, man. You already know how bad it sounds when you're trying to tell some of these people, look, these women don't need to be in charge. Well, what you mean? That's oppressive. Well, look what happens when we leave you to your own devices, man. All right, I seen this little meme the other day about this lady that was saying it comes to a point in time where she realized that all her ex-boyfriends are all married, happily have families and everything else. Maybe she's the problem. But see, it was nowhere in her mind. She was, nah, these niggas ain't shit. These niggas ain't shit. So she finally woke up. Like, obviously, they had to be something that they all married happily with a family and things. But she's still left out there, man. All right, but it's the philosophies and things that they tell you. Oh, I don't need no man. I don't need no man. Then you start hitting the wall and dog food prices start going up, man. All right.
That food for thought. You start to sip that shit, right? You sip it, and then look, you begin to be drunken off of it. You see that your head, you start getting headaches, and you wake up like, damn, I drank some bad liquor, and that's what happened, man. And like you said, the cheap shit. The Lord is showing you that this place is not what it is. It's glorified as some high quality wine or some high quality substance, but it's really that cheap shit. The dross. That's all you drinking is the dross, man.
That $5.95 liter of
Mad Dog.
Sea Dog or whatever. The bottom shelf shit. And that's what Esau is, man. A bottom feeder, man. He sucks off the juices of everybody else, man, and then claims it to be his.
He's a
This
leech.
made me plump. Like that. Finish that Revelation off.
Go on, Revelation 18:7. How much she has glorified herself and lived deliciously.
And live deliciously.
That's what I would do.
Go ahead.
Yep, and when you go into food, all the delicious shit is the sweets, the friedness, and all the delicacies, man.
She come back around.
She have lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow.
Yeah, that's the the daughter of Babylon, man. It hasn't been touched.
Hey, that's why Americans always say, "Oh, America's the greatest place to live in." Well, that's why the Lord said to give her much sorrows, because everybody's had it easy here in America. Nobody's lived through war, where troops are shooting down in your houses, warplanes blowing shit up. So, but that's what's coming.
Hey, that's how the Lord works.
Yep.
Hey, you remember? Extra pork.
Yeah, exactly. You want to be wicked? All right, yeah. We'll double it up.
Double pork.
Yeah,
That's some shit you want,
and
man.
then ultimately the missiles. So
Yeah,
this place is through. Shit.
The Lord going exactly. The Lord gonna
Overkill.
double that. That's how the Lord going to do it.
Yep.
It says, I sit a queen and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow.
Yeah, shall see no sorrow, but you're gonna see it. That pride has deceived thee. Okay? Obadiah. Okay?
That's it, right?
Yeah, that was I just wanted to hit on that because it said virgin daughter of Babylon. Go ahead.
Going back into Isaiah 47:1, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon, sit on the ground. There is no room.
Yeah, like the two chicks that we saw over there that are newly bums.
Oh yeah.
They sitting on the ground, man.
Yeah.
And that's America, man. That's Esau. Okay? Because what? Esau ain't got no home. He's a vagabond. He's a runaway slave that made it. That's what Esau is, man. Go ahead.
It reads on, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
Yeah, you're no longer going to be called tender and delicate. Like people look at a woman that's tender and delicate. She's effeminate. You know, she looks really good. Okay, but now the Lord is starting to pull up that skirt on America, and you starting to see the blue waffles hanging. You starting to see that this bitch ain't no.
It's got Arby's.
She not a virgin.
Yeah, that bitch has got Arby's hanging out and shit.
Hairy ass legs.
Through,
You know?
You start seeing all the marks. You know, the marks, yeah.
Cheddar on the thighs.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
The Swiss cheese.
Right.
Yeah.
You start to see her flaws, and that's what the other nations are looking at America now. Is we're starting to see her flaws. Okay, because the Lord is pushing that spirit of revealing on the earth. Okay? But
Verse 2, take the millstones and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers.
yeah, see, so this place is being exposed, man. Little by little, it's being exposed, man. Let her hair down. Took off her stockings. You know? Start to unbutton the blouse.
Take off all the fucking makeup.
Yep.
You know?
Oh shit.
Who's this
Who I laid in
bitch?
bed with?
Who's this bitch?
Read about
What'd you do with the other
fornication,
girl?
You know? Go ahead.
Verse 3, it reads, thy nakedness shall be uncovered.
Yeah, thy nakedness shall be uncovered. And the Lord is doing that through his prophets.
Exactly.
You know? The Lord is using his prophets to expose this woman. Okay? The whore is being exposed by the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahshua that he's put on his prophets to come out here to do. You have something?
Yeah, quick one.
Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah chapter 4, and verse 30. Jeremiah 4 and verse 30 says, when thou art spoiled, what wilt thou do?
Yeah, what are you going to do, America? When these other nations start to come over here and spoil this place. Because just like America has done to these other nations, guess what? It's going to be done to her as well. Go ahead.
Yep, it says, though thou clothest thyself with crimson, though thy deckest thee with ornaments of gold.
And crimson, red, clear indicator, but crimson is a very expensive color, man. Red it takes a lot to make red. You got to mix a lot of different colors to make it. Okay, go ahead.
Yep, it says, though thou clothest thyself with crimson, though thou deckest thee with ornaments of gold, though thou rentest thy face with painting.
Yep. So here's this whore with makeup on. She got diamond earrings, a pearl necklace, gold bracelets on.
Which is all a lot of Egyptian customs.
Exactly.
All the makeup, the red, the lipstick, like your brother was saying. You know, that's all the Egyptian.
Eyeliner, all that shit.
That's how America has dressed itself to be this wonderful, beautiful woman, but really is the disgusting whore, man. Go ahead.
It says, though thou rentest thy face with painting, in vain shalt thou make thyself fair.
In vain, meaning there was never a point for America to make itself as great of a nation as it was, because ultimately it was still going to be destroyed, and it is going to be destroyed, man. America is almost out the way, man. The Lord is getting ready to establish his true people as the rulers of the earth. The Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. We are the true people of the Bible. Go ahead.
Yep, finishing up, it says, thy lovers will despise thee.
Esau, Edom is the so-called white man. That was Jacob's twin brother. Okay, and like we started the lesson off, when they were born, Esau was born first, the so-called white man, and holding his heel was Jacob as they were born, man. Symbolically meaning that we were going to bring this man down, and that's how we're doing it through the Spirit, man. Through preaching the words of the Heavenly Father, the book, because this is not a book of religion. What the so-called white man has done has created Christianity from this, which this is what the book was not for everybody. The book was for our people. The book was the examples of what our people went through, and we were to learn from that. The scripture says things written before time were written for our learning. We read what happened to our people before. We saw what they did, committing adultery, going after other gods, okay, following a multitude to do evil, and they were judged. So we read these scriptures, we're supposed to turn away from all that, man. We're supposed to come back to our old ways, which we're keeping the ways of the Lord, man, to the best of our ability. But the Lord is getting ready to come back to do away with all that, to do away with the devil, and he's going to instill the laws in us perfectly in the kingdom of heaven. That's the time period we're getting ready to come into. And it's going to happen real soon, man. The Lord is no longer, is not going to suffer his men out to be out here and have to continue to live in this wicked society, man. Go ahead, Art.
Yep, finish up Jeremiah 4 and verse 30 says, in vain thou shalt make thyself fair. Thy lovers will despise thee.
Yeah, thy lovers. Who are the lovers of America? These other nations. China, Iran, Russia, all the EU nations, the South America, everybody who's has gotten into bed with America, now they're starting to despise her. Why? Because they're like, damn, this bitch gave me AIDS. This chick's been telling me she's a virgin, but really she's a whore.
Child support.
Yeah, now she's trying to put me on child. That's what America has been to the world, and the nations are starting to wake up. Go ahead.
Yep, it says, thy lovers will despise thee, they will seek thy life.
Yeah, they're gonna seek thy life, man. They're gonna come banging on that door everywhere they know you've been at to try to come and take your spirit from you, man. And that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna shoot at her, man. America is getting ready to enter into what is called World War III, and she is gonna lose terribly, man. That's why the Lord is gathering up these nations over there in the Middle East, the Valley of Jehoshaphat, spoken of in Joel chapter 3, which is World War III, and the Lord is going to destroy all the nations over there, man. Why? Because of the things that they've done to our people, man. The Lord is getting ready to come back to pay these nations back for enslaving us, for having us in the condition we are this day. Somebody get that in Exodus, where it says if a man... Yeah, get that real quick, Bubba Shark, because to this day, we're still in the hands of our oppressors, man.
This is Exodus 21, book of Exodus 21, verse 16. And it reads, and he that stealeth a man and selleth him.
Yeah, he that stealeth a man. And what did this so-called white man do? What did the so-called Arabs do? What did the so-called East Indians do? The so-called Africans, what did they do? They stole our people. They took us from where we were, and they enslaved us. Read it again.
And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death.
Or if he be found in his hand, and to this very day, we're still here in America, where our people are still on the islands that they got put in enslavement. So what must happen to our captors? They must be put to death, man. Get Revelation 13. So good shot.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse.
See, this is why during the time of slavery, the so-called white man Esau, Edom, he wouldn't let our people read the Bible, because what would happen? What were the examples that were shown of what would happen? And what's his name? Nat Turner, a slave that read the Bible and figured out that this was our people. And what happened? Rebellion started. So what would Esau do? He would keep the Bible from us, man, or he would alter it. They had a slave Bible. Why would they have to have a slave Bible? I thought this was why they had to take certain things off. Go ahead.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear.
Yeah, so if you have an ear to understand, listen up. Go ahead.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Yep. He that leadeth to captivity shall go into captivity. The so-called white man got a tab that is due, and it's time to pay up. The so-called Chinese, all the other nations have had a hand in our downfall. Psalms 83. They became confederate one another against us to take the name of Israel away, man, so that we would forget who we were. Go ahead. That was it on that one?
Read it on. It says, he that leads into captivity shall go into captivity. He that kills with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints.
This is what the men of the Lord are waiting for, man. The retribution. The real reparations for what was done to our people, man. Go ahead, up.
Let's get straight to the point. The book of Joel, chapter 3. I'm going to start at verse 6 and read through 8. Joel 3 and 6. It says, the children of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have you sold unto the Grecians, that you might remove them far from their borders.
And who are the Grecians? The Greeks. The so-called white man. Even he tells you that. He tells you how the Greeks were the greatest people on the planet Earth. Go ahead. And again, these are things that why this place is going to be judged, man. Because of all the atrocities that these people have committed. You people really believe that America's just going to get away with everything that they did? Come on, man.
Hey, you're going into about if you be found with, if you steal a man and he's found into your hand, all right, we're still in this captivity, both the northern and the southern kingdom, all right? We're reading on, it says, behold, I will raise them out of the place whether you have sold them, and return your recompense upon your own head, and I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hands of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people afar off, where Yahweh have spoken it. Going back into, what the brothers was reading about, he that leadeth into captivity. All right, but now you're starting to see these things turning around on Esau, man. All right, because we was picked up and removed far from our borders and scattered to the four corners of the earth. Now this is going to fall onto Esau, man. This is part of the judgment that is stored up for him, for taking us into captivity.
That's right. That was it on that one, right? You had something for us?
I got 2 for you. This is First Maccabees 2 verse 8. The point is verse 10. First Maccabees chapter 2 verse 8. Her temple is become as a man without glory. Her glorious vessels are carried away into captivity. Her infants are slain in the streets. Her young men with the sword of the enemy.
Start at the top again.
First Maccabees chapter 2 verse 8. Her glory is become as a man without her temple is become as a man without glory. Her glorious vessels are carried away into captivity. Her infants are slain in the streets. Her young men with the sword of the enemy.
Yeah, that's what happened to Israel, man. But now it's getting ready to be passed on to the hands of these devils, man. To their empire. Go ahead, because Deuteronomy 30 and 7 is going to come into effect. Okay?
Verse 10. What nation have not had a part in her kingdom and gotten of her spoils?
Yep, see? So just like all the nations had a part in spoiling us, y'all gonna be spoiled just like primarily Esau Edom. He's the number one enemy. Okay?
Verse 11. All her ornaments are taken away. Of a free woman, she is become a bond slave.
Yep, she's become a bond slave, man. And that's what these devils are gonna go into, man. Captivity. They're gonna have to pay, okay? They're gonna have to bow the knee to us. Okay? Go ahead.
Isaiah 33 verse 1. Isaiah 33 verse 1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled. And dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou
it said, woe to you that spoilest, and thou hast not been spoiled, man. That's Esau Edom, man. They can't. Did our people back in the ancient days out of just, let me go fuck these people because I hate them. Yeah. No, man. We would take over them because the Lord commanded us to go get a land, or the Lord, like He did with Abraham, what He tell him? You gotta wait till the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. Wait till I judge the nations, and then you're gonna get that land. Your people are gonna get that land. Okay, and that's what happened. We had to go through our time in Egypt, and then the Chaldeans, they got brought down, and then we went up in there, man. The Lord had us start to defeat all those nations, Okay, and then eventually the kingdom was, or the nation was set up under King David, man. Or King Saul, you know, first, but effective King
Let's start
David.
fighting.
Saul, go ahead.
Right. It says,
Oh, you
thou
got it?
shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled.
Right. And that's what's happening, man. Now that America had their roaring 20s, they were at the top of the earth. They fucked up and they let loose. They unbuckled the pants, went and sit down, kicked their feet up, put their hands behind their head, and started sipping lemonade in the shade, man. But now you're gonna get spoiled. That's why you've been at war for so many years, man. Vietnam, World War I, World War II, the Korean Wars, the Cold War, okay, Desert Storm, the Gulf Wars, Operation Invade Iraq, or Operation
Freedom.
Iraqi Freedom, whatever the hell it is. And now you about to enter World War III, man.
That's the war on COVID.
We're losing the war on COVID. You know, go ahead.
It says,
They might flag that for misinformation. Medical misinformation.
They said COVID was war.
Yeah. Go ahead.
finishing off, it says, and when thou shalt make him end,
These are the people that are ruling over us, man. These are the people that rule that are supposed to be on top, man. The nation of people that are better than us. Come on, man. You gotta be fucking kidding me, man. Go ahead.
thou shalt be spoiled, and when thou shalt make him end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee.
Yeah, they that have been confederate with thee have deceived thee. Okay? Now these nations that you thought was cool with you, that got rich off of you and your doings.
They eat thy bread.
Yep. They have laid a snare under thee, man. Yeah. Hey, we gotta get this bitch back, man. Did us wrong. That was it on that?
Yeah, that was it. You got something?
Yeah, real quick. This is the book of Daniel 4 verse 17. Daniel 4 verse 17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whatsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basis of men.
The Lord has set up the basis of men over the earth, man. The lowest of the lowest scumbag is the one who's in control of everything that's going on here on the planet Earth, man. He's in control of the resources. He makes the laws. He handles the money. That's the worst business idea ever, man. You never want the biggest idiot of the group as the man running the business, handling the money, handling inventory. You're going to be all screwed up. You're going to run out of business eventually, man.
Yeah, I got one more quick one off the show. This is Job 30, verse 8. Job 30, verse 8. They were children of fools, yea, children of base men. They were viler than the earth. You know? And the wicked Esau Edom, man. Children of fools, children of base men, viler than the earth. You know, like the brother said, why would you set up the vilest man up over the resources, but the Lord set up the basis of men? I'm not gonna set why would you let a pedophile leave him alone with your children? Right? That's basically the scenario that we're in right now. You know, why would you let the filthiest person out of the group be in charge of cooking the food? You know? That's the predicament we in right now. Alright? The worst case scenario. The basis of men. You know?
You got the blind man driving the truck.
Yeah, exactly. The one with the worst eyesight out of the group, he's driving the truck. The one that loves to play with fire is in a room full of toilet paper. Yeah, you know, like we're in the worst case scenario, man. So the violence, a man that's violent in the earth is in charge of the earth. That goes to show you that it was a divine, most high rule in the kingdom.
That's right.
Right.
You know,
like the scriptures say, you know, this it says that he must be taken out of the way, man. The time that he shall be taken out of the way, I think is in Romans. Yeah, he that letteth will not let until he be taken out of the way. The Most High has let you, but now it's time for you to get taken out of the way, man. Because if you were to let me driving for another 10 minutes, we're all dead. Then shall no flesh be saved.
yeah, I got you.
Yeah, good. This is that word vow in etymology. It's adjective. It's on it's on the late 1300s, and quote, it says morally repugnant. It says morally flawed, corrupt, wicked, of no value.
Morally flawed. I remember a video that always stuck into mind. There's an old video of the apostles at camp, and Apostle Ramah was speaking about the valley of the shadow of death. Okay, America is that valley, man. And a valley is a low land. You got you got the mountains, and then you got that valley. That's a low land, man. That's America, low morally, man. Go ahead.
It says of no value, of inferior quality, disgusting, foul, ugly. It says degrading, humiliating, of low estate.
Yeah, and America is about to be humiliated in the face of the whole earth, man. Everybody's gonna witness America being humiliated. Matter of fact, they're already being made laughed at. You know, Afghanistan, people are laughing at the failure of America in Afghanistan. That's all the headlines read. You know?
It says without worldly honor or esteem. It says shameful, dishonorable, lowborn, cheap, hideous, worthless, base, common. It says
base of men.
Uncertain.
Go ahead and get your piece of that.
All right, we're going into recompensation. This is Jeremiah 30, verse 16. Jeremiah 30, verse 16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. Jeremiah 30, verse 16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thy adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil.
Yeah, so everybody that has done wrong, the Israelites, man, y'all gonna go through what we went through. Okay, and Esau, Edom, the scripture says, give unto her double. Okay? You have more on that?
Yes. And all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey.
Yeah, and Psalms 83 tells you who all was preying on us, man. Plotting on us. Hovering over us like buzzards. Just waiting for us to be faint enough to come down and swoop down on us, man. And that's the state that our people are in right now. In a low, what's the word? Low state, but I wanted to use another word, but it's all good. Low state, man. We're through. We're on the brink of death. You know, you're walking through the weary desert. You're crawling on your hands and knees. Your lips are all chappy white. You know. Go ahead. Keep calling the police on them. And hey, this is America, man. It is the spirit that we going into it, because this is America right here, man. A drunken man staggering. Over here getting the cops called on us and slapping dudes on the ass, man. Yeah. This place is through, man. Yeah, leave. That was it on that, right? That was it. Yeah, that was all you got it.
You was going into, you know, how we're not going to be able to survive if you let the sin beast keep going on, to the point in Matthew chapter 24, verse 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should be no flesh saved, but for the elect's sake, those days should be shortened. You know, going into the times that we in, you know, you got this vile person that's ruling the earth, man. All right, changing the ordinance of everything, man. All right, putting women and children up over top of everybody, man. All right, but ultimately, these things, this man has to be taken out of power before everything is destroyed, man. All right. Oh, you better call security on his ass every time.
Go ahead, Spook. Hey, that was it on that. Yeah. Read it again, sir.
Matthew chapter 24 and verse 22. And except those days should be shortened, there shall be no flesh saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
Yeah, see, man, so the Lord got to quicken the days up, man. To sit around here and deal with this buffoonery like this, man.
It's the greatest.
This is upsetting. You know, I'm offended.
You got it.
Yo. That's the shit, man. This is the shit that we got to deal with, man. See now, if the dude comes over here and gets his ass stomped out, he's already been seen by a group of witnesses, and the cops already been calling him. So if he gets stomped out, it is what it is.
Hey, but apparently we're the problem, though.
Yeah, right.
Apparently we're the problem.
That was it on that one, right?
Yeah.
Come on. Let's go back to that Isaiah 47.
All right, going back in the book of Isaiah 47 and verse 3, it says, "Thy nakedness shall be
Man,
uncovered."
get out of here, bro. Get out of here. Get out of here. Don't say shit to us. Get out of here, man. Fuck out of here, sis.
It's the book of Isaiah 47 verse 3. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen.
Right. Our shame shall be seen, man. The state of America is being shown to the whole earth, man. A shameful place with no morals, no values. Go ahead.
It reads on. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man.
And the Lord is going to take his vengeance out of this place, and he's not going to meet thee as a man. He's going to come and destroy these damn devils, man.
Why?
Go ahead.
Verse 4. As for our Redeemer, the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh,
Back up, man. Go, man. Get on down the
Talk
road.
about the Lord.
Get on down the road, bro.
Talk about Jehovah Jireh. My provider.
Go ahead.
Jehovah Jireh.
It reads on.
Jehovah Rapha.
As for our Redeemer, the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, the host, is his name, the Holy One of Israel.
Hey, it's all good, bro. Do nothing to that, man.
Reading on, verse 5, it reads, "Sit thou silent."
Go ahead.
Isaiah 47, verse 5. It reads, "Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter."
Yeah, sit thou silent and what? Sit down. Read it again.
Verse 5. "Sit thou silent and
Go ahead.
sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the lady of kingdoms."
Yeah, so this place is going to be sitting in darkness, man. No light in this place, no wisdom. And you see what's funny is when he was coming over here throwing shit at us, well, didn't nobody go chasing after him. But, you know, of course, the elderly, but nonetheless, you know, you see, this man's just marking himself. Threw a chicken bone at the brothers, and they want to come over here acting all hard and shit. Now he's drunk, of course.
And play the victim and get stomped out.
Yeah.
Did everybody be on our side?
And but one thing, speaking on that scripture you was reading about, shame shall cover thee. You know, you see that right now around these world leaders right now laughing at America on their pull-out strategy of Afghanistan, man. I just hammer the whole earth, goddamn losing to the Taliban. When y'all just fighting and spending all that money on them for 20 years and everything else like that, then all of a sudden, you know, now you got to pull out and you got to tuck your tail between your legs and run down the block and things like that, man. But hey, this is the extent of the place where we at, man. All right.
All right, verse 6.
Never mind. This place is a shit show, man. Go ahead.
This is the book of Isaiah 47, verse 6. It reads, "I was rough with my people. I have polluted my inheritance and given them," and back in verse 6, "I was rough with my people. I have polluted my inheritance."
Yeah, the Lord was wroth with our people, man. But now the Lord is angry with the wicked. Now the Lord has shifted his anger over to him because of the things that they've done. Go ahead.
It reads,
Because of this very reason. Go ahead.
it reads, "And given them into thine hand, thou didst show them no mercy."
Yeah, see, and that goes to prove you right there that it wasn't through Esau's own willpower that he took us down. We were given onto his hand, man. Go ahead.
It reads, it says, "Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid the yoke."
Yeah, the ancient. Who are the ancient, man? The prophets first and foremost. Okay? We've been laid low. We've been put down in chains, man. Restricted from being the people that we are, man. We can't come out here and just walk around with our royal apparel, with garments and fringes. Okay? Because what you can't go to work. Esau tell you, man, hey man, you can't wear this at work, man. You know, it's a hazard. Yeah, you can't grow your beard. You know, the women can't want to be at home and raise the children up. You know, they don't want to do that. Go ahead.
Read verse 7. And thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever.
Yeah, thou sayest thou shalt be a lady forever, man. Matter of fact, let me go into that word lady real quick. Okay. All right. The etymology of the word lady says mistress of a household, wife of a lord, man. And they've acted, because what? That's a woman that's in order. And America has portrayed themselves to be that, but this shall no longer be said. It shall no longer be called a lady, man. Go ahead, read that again.
Reads on verse 7. And thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember thy latter end of it.
Yeah, you ought to even remember your latter end of what would come at the things that you're doing, man. Okay? Read it again, or continue.
Reads on verse 8. Therefore, hear now this.
Yeah, therefore, hear now this. Go ahead.
Thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am, and none else besides me.
That's America, man. We the power. Who's gonna who can compete with us?
The sole superpower on earth.
Right. Yeah. You know they have the baseball championship is called the World Series, but it's only teams from America.
Right.
That's you know, little shit like that. It's like it shows you the pride of these devils, man. Who the hell are you the champions of the world of? Who have you beaten from the other? Matter of fact, when America goes play baseball in the Olympics or the World Baseball Classics, they always lose. They get stomped out by Japan, Cuba, Dominican Republic, Venezuela, all these other nations that just stomp out America, man.
And like I said, on the Olympic stage as well, too. I didn't watch too much of the Olympics, but when you look at the Olympics and things like that, the majority of the Olympians standing for America is basically Jake, man. All right, so who in America is really so-called flourishing, man? All right, when Jake win these medals for them, that's not really America's medals, man. Let these Edomites go out there, like in track and field and stuff like that. Let these Edomites go out there and go through all that stuff, man.
Yeah, well, they should. You can look up videos. I seen about a week or two ago of the Olympics back in like the early 1900s where it was just nothing but Edomites, man, and that shit was weak as fuck. They were doing the pole vaulting, and then that shit was so low, it was like, god damn. They set the bar high for Jake, but for you Edomites, and then that dude just basically jumped over it like that. Like,
High school shit. Yeah.
Hey, but the old basketball games, the old boxing matches and stuff like that, Jake put the sauce in that, man. Right. It wasn't dunking back in those days and crossing people over and stuff. Like, what's the name? AI was pretty much the one who came up with that fancy crossover type of stuff with swag and everything else like
He
that.
was the one that would have the tattoos and shit. He was the one that had the jewelry.
The cornrows.
He started wearing the long shorts.
Yeah. But before that, they didn't have none of that, no stuff like that. Then you had Magic Johnson, you know, around that time. But before then, you had the Larry Birds and all of them. They had their short shorts on. It was just, you know, shooting two-pointer shots here and there. But then they started coming in with the dunks and stuff like that, like Jordan and everything else like that, man. Jake putting the sauce and all that, man.
and that's when, you know, basketball really started getting big because of Michael Jordan. You know, globally, that is. You know, on the global stage, everybody wanted to be like him. They wanted to be like God. You know,
I idolized them. You know? Yeah. They turned them into a idol.
Yep. You got the piece
Yeah. This is Daniel 7 verse 8. Daniel 7 and 8. I started 7. It says, "And after this I saw in the night visions, and behold, a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible, and strong exceedingly."
Right, and this fourth beast is that the Roman Empire, and guess what? The Roman Empire is revived again. It had the deadly wound, and it was brought back to life, man.
Yeah.
Which is now being spearheaded by America. That's the whore that rideth upon the beast. Go ahead.
Yep. It says, dreadful and terrible and strong exceedingly, and it had great iron teeth. It devoured and brake in pieces.
And when you go into the dream of Nebuchadnezzar, Daniel chapter 2, you know, it talks about the legs of iron. Out of all those metals, iron was the strongest one. It was of the lowest value, but it was the strongest one. And that's America, man. Compared to all the other empires that have ruled, America's been the strongest. So like, there's a reason why not one nation has decided to just come and attack America like that, man. That's why it's got to take Russia, it's got to take China, India, Iran, all these nations to come together just to try to fight up against this war, man. That's how powerful this nation really is. Russia can't do it all by itself. They got to have everybody else with them, man. And that's what the Lord is setting in stone, man. He's setting up to happen.
It says, and stamped, it says, it devoured and brake in pieces and stamped the residue with the feet of it.
Yeah, who's the residue? The people. Primarily the Israelites, man. That's what he's mostly stamped on. Stomped all over. Did the Irish jig and everything, man.
And it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it, and it had 10 horns.
Yeah, and we can go on days on how America is completely different from all these other nations. Esau has incorporated their ways, but as far as wickedness, this place is above beyond anything that could even have been thought of in the ancient world, man. The prophets even saw the visions of what this place was going to be like, and even they couldn't even understand it fully. They're like, man, how the fuck? what did I just see? You know what Ezra say? You know, he even went as far as saying, woe is me, woe is me. Who shall deliver me in those days, man? Because of the great judgment that's going to come upon this place because of what they have done, man.
This is the point, verse 8. And I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn.
Yep. And what? They had the 10 horns, man. Okay, the beast spoken of in Revelation 17 has 10 horns, which were the original nations of the EU. Which going back then to the time of the Romans, it was all the different tribes. Yeah. Okay, the Gauls, the Franks, all those Germanic tribes. Those were the Rome's allies, so to say. That's who they did trade with and stuff like that, and no close by.
It says, and I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn. Before.
Why did you wait for Jake to go over there and go put hands on his ass?
That's
All
right,
the
man.
Edomites. Why did you wait for Jake to come over there and go put their hands on his ass?
See? Put the camera on his ass, man. Judge, you got playing the victim.
Yeah.
Straight now.
Oh, you want to call all y'all my small son?
Got you.
They had to wait for Jake to come over there and put hands on his ass.
Hey, right next to the station, the wicked.
Yeah, what's going on? That's America, bro. He's talking about to get judged. Yeah, he's talking about to get judged. I like how much you got shut. Playing the victim now.
Put them hands on his ass.
Yeah, take that one. Y'all like y'all about to be outside. Rock the house. Rock the outside. Rock the house. Rock the outside. Rock the house. Rock the outside. Call like y'all about to be outside. See, that's what happens because remember he was making trying to make mockery earlier. You guys rappers?
He threw a chicken bone way over there.
Yeah, there you go. Got socked in the face. Now he's being locked up now.
It says back in Daniel 7 verse 8, the book of Daniel 7 verse 8, and I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn, before whom there were 3 of the first horns.
Yeah, and that little horn is America, man. Okay? And it said amongst whom there were 3, which is Spain, the French, and the English. Okay, if I'm not mistaken. Great Britain. English. Great Britain.
That was.
Go ahead.
It says, before whom there were 3 of the first horns plucked up by the roots.
Yep, plucked up by the roots. That's why you had the Spanish-American War, the French-American War, and the Revolutionary War. Go ahead.
It says, and behold, in his horn were eyes like the eyes of a man.
Hey, and there's children walking around here, so this dude might get a lewd and lascivious charge. That's a third-degree felony. Because the Lord had them cops come right outside and see him just get niggas. He didn't come for nothing else but for that. Wicked ass devil.
That's nasty.
But then when we say that Esau is the unnatural mode, people got a problem with it. But here comes Class A exhibit. His true self comes out because he's on the sauce. And he shows his true colors, man.
Wow. Got the first opportunity to get butt naked and did it. Like, what the fuck? Esau, bro. That's the basis of man, though.
Yeah. Right. We went into it earlier.
It says, and behold, in this horn were eyes like the eyes of a man, and this is the point, and a mouth speaking great things.
Yep. And his mouth speaking great things.
No, this is what you were saying, man. You know, the pride of America, and their mouth speaking great things. The proudest country in the world. You know?
And that man was running his mouth, man, saying proud things.
Yeah.
Saying all types of shit.
Throwing stuff in the prophets.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That better serve as an example to y'all who be scoffing and fucking with the prophets. Shit like this is gonna start happening to you on a level times 9,000, man.
Hey, if I can say it, and they said what the most hateful group. Hey, at the first chance, we just packed them out. You know what I'm saying? Whatever we really like it, like, nah, just leave them alone. You know, the Lord's protecting us or whatever. Hey, the Lord brought his ass back over there. And one of them, it was actually Jake that knocked him out or hit his ass. Then the police came, man. We didn't have to do anything about it, man. Just, hey, stay in the spirit, man.
He came over here, threw some chicken bone.
Yeah,
then came over here,
us.
offended the brother. He got mad. He was about to put hands on him. But, you know, the Lord had to send a 2/3 Jake because Jake wanted to get off, but the Lord had a 2/3 Jake get off and then dash out the scene.
And both of the cops is Jakes.
Yeah, that's all the cops are Jakes.
Yeah, it's the same Jake the patrol on your bitch ass.
Taking Esau out of power.
This is what happens, man. This is what's happening. The Lord is lifting up his right hand.
That's right.
You know, it's been, you know, Jake been with the left hand up, with the right hand down. And now the Lord putting that right hand up, man. Now the Lord is showing who he's dealing with, man. The people over there, I see this guy was just drunk. Nah, man, he came over here and fucked with the wrong people, man. The prophets.
Yeah. And he remember he was linking up with the former prophet of the year. I mean, prophet bug out of the year. Hey, they was over there sharing cups and shit, doing some kind of ceremony, bro. And look what happened.
Wow. Good stuff. That was it on it?
Let me read this last one. Verse 9. Daniel 7 and 9. And I beheld till the thrones were cast down. You want to speak on that? Read it again. Daniel 7 and 9. And I beheld till the thrones were cast down.
Yep, and the Lord, the thrones of Esau are being cast down, man. Okay? The Lord is getting ready to dethrone Esau. That's why in Revelation 18 and 7 it said there is no throne. Thou sittest a queen, and there, you know, and shall see no sorrow. The Lord's taking the throne from these people. Go ahead.
I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit.
Yep, and the Ancient of Days did sit because the Lord, King of Kings, man, he had upon his head many crowns. The Lord is coming to take what is rightfully his position of power on the earth, man. Go ahead.
And the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow.
Yep, the Heavenly Father, man. He's the Ancient of Days. Okay? Go ahead.
And the hair of his head like the pure wool.
So this is Daniel's describing to you what the Heavenly Father looks like, man. Just like John, the Revelator, you know, said the exact same thing about Yahushua, describing him. Go ahead.
His throne was like a fiery flame, and his wheels as a burning fire.
Yep, chariots, man. Just imagine seeing a magnificent chariot just sitting there hovering, and you see the Heavenly Father sitting on his throne, man. Yahushua's gonna come. We're gonna be able to see that. Lord's will be those men. We're gonna see Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, okay, come in his great power and glory with his holy angels upon a cloud, man.
That was it on it.
Yeah. This is Revelation chapter 19. I'm going to start at verse 11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse. He that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness doth judge and make war. you know, speaking of Yahushua and his return. All right, it says, and his eyes were a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns, and he had a name written that no man knew but himself. You know, going forth and taking those crowns off the heads of these kings, taking them out of their position of power. It says, and he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of the Most High. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean.
The angels, man, in the middle of the Lord.
Actually, one more verse. Verse 15, and out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he shall smite the nations, and shall rule them with the rod of iron, and he treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of the Almighty. Yeah, I was just saying, you know, going back into that, when the Lord come back, man, hey, he's coming back to judge these other nations, man. Wage war against them and take them out of that position of power, man. All right, he's coming back with the rest of the holy angels and the chariots and things like that, man. All right, to just ultimately put Esau down, man. All right, just like this example, to arrest him, take him out of his folly and his wickedness, and being the vile beast walking on the earth, man.
For the crimes against humanity.
For the crimes against humanity, and also the crimes against
Israelites.
The Israelites, because you have touched the apple of my eye, man. All right.
Getting something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead and go back to the Isaiah. Going back into Isaiah 47 and verse 9. It reads, but these two things shall come. We'll read verse 8 again and get back to the context. All right, verse 8. It reads, therefore, hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly. Hey, and the scriptures say, she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth, man. If America's living like that is being referenced to as a woman, then that scripture applies. She that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth, man. This place is dead already, man. Go ahead. It reads, that sayest in thine heart, I am, and none else besides me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. That's the two things. Same thing said in Revelation.
Yeah, and you speak is great things.
Yep.
You know?
Yep, that's right. Proudfully. You know? Go ahead. The scriptures say the tongue is an unruly member. Who can know it? And Esau has let that thing loose. Go ahead. Come. Verse 9. It says, but these two things shall come to thee in a moment. Yeah, those two things. The widowhood and the loss of children. All that's going to come to thee in one moment. Go ahead. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day. The loss of children and widowhood, they shall come upon thee in their perfection. For the multitude
In
of
their
thy
perfection. This shit's gonna come upon you in your perfection, man. You got it, bro. That shit just get hard, man. You know, so the Lord is gonna bring it to you people, man. You know how the Lord he left no stone unturned when he cast down Jerusalem.
everyone judged.
Exactly, man. And it's gonna come upon you in perfection. You're gonna be perfected. If this is a word, perfectly destroyed, man. You know, the Lord's gonna remove all of this shit, man, and He's gonna That's why I said it shall come upon you in your perfection, because He's gonna systematically just chip your ass away till He just send the missiles over here to completely obliterate this place you call America.
Yep, that's right, man.
The golden cup.
Go ahead. Back in verse 9, it says, they shall come upon thee in their perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. And see, so the Lord told y'all, go ahead and try to see if that's going to save you. And then the Lord came and judged you for that. for going into your enchantments, trying to do these seances and sacrifices to set yourself up in power. Go ahead. Reads on, verse 10. It says, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me. Yeah, see, these devils have trusted in the wrong thing, man. They trusted in their wickedness. And the left-hand power.
Black magic.
Yeah. The Lord, hey, you forgot, the Lord was building that. That's the Lord's left-hand side. And that's why the scripture says the deceived and the deceiver are His. Because the Lord gave you that power. You don't think that He can take it from you? The scriptures talk about that. I believe it says the Lord giveth and He taketh away. Roughly paraphrasing. Okay. Go ahead on. Or you got to put something on. It reads on.
Isaiah 47 and 10, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me, thy wisdom and thy...
You were sitting in the cut, rubbing your hands, talking about, yeah, nobody see me doing this. That's why they got the Bohemian Grove and all these things deep in the woods, man. Esau do all these little rituals in the hideouts, man, where people can't see him. But the Lord saw, the Lord is witnessed, okay? And not only that, but he sent his men to witness it as well. Okay, because if it wasn't for the prophets, nobody would know anything about what Esau Edom's been doing behind closed doors. But the spirit that the men of the Lord are pushing out there, that vibration, is woken up a lot of people on the earth. Now you got this whole thing called woke society. And the majority of them only know about, oh, we know there's Illuminati.
Exactly.
But they call themselves woke.
Entry level conspiracy theories.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
entry level shit.
Yeah.
You know?
There's an agenda. No shit, nigga.
A conspiracy theorist nigga.
Yeah. A social media breakdown expert.
Yep. Right, exactly. Go ahead,
Back in Isaiah 47 and 10, finishing off, it says, thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else besides me.
Again, going back to that pride, man. And we said it a couple weeks ago, man. All the nations that ever ruled upon us, when the Lord came and brought their judgment, that's when they got proud. Look at Nebuchadnezzar in Babylon. When Nebuchadnezzar came and he set up that he had that dream of the statue. He saw himself as that great tree in his dream. You don't think he was having those dreams because he was all out proud? Like, yeah, man, I'm the king of the whole, Babylon, the ruler of the earth, I rule over the Israelites.
What are you looking for?
Having these dreams of him being this golden this statue, then that great tree that got cut down. That was him. Daniel told him, yeah, that's you. Well, that's how Esau Edom's been doing the exact same thing, man. Okay? He's gotten the pride has deceived him at this point. He's perverted him. His pridefulness, and the Lord hated nothing more than pride, man. That's one of the things that the Lord hates the most, is pridefulness. Because he gave your punk ass that power, man, and you got proud. The Lord gave us over to your hands, and you got proud. The same thing these other nations went through. Once these other heathens got proud, they were like, yeah, look, we got the Israelites. They started doing the crip walk. Then the Lord came and judged them for that, man. Because it was for our trespasses against the Lord that we even got put in your hands. And you wanted to get all prideful. Well, now the Lord got to judge you for that. Come on, you have something?
Yeah, real quick. Isaiah 40 and verse 6. The point is verse 7 in it. Isaiah 40 and 6. The voice said, cry, and he says, what shall I cry? All flesh is grass.
Read that again for time.
Isaiah 40 and 6. The voice said, cry, and he said, what shall I cry? All flesh is grass, and all the goodliness thereof as the flower of the field. The grass withereth, the flower fadeth, because the Spirit of the Lord bloweth upon it. Surely the people is grass.
And Esau, you grass, man. And you thought you was a tree. You grass, man. You're not nothing, man. But you're going to be burned like the grass. Like the scripture was just saying, man. The Lord is coming up with that broomstick, okay?
Verse 8. This is point. The grass withereth, and the flower fadeth, but the word of our power shall stand forever.
Yeah, but the word of our power, Yahweh Shim Yahushai, is going to stand forever, man. Because all these things that Esau speaks about how America is a mighty kingdom and it's going to go on forever, all that's being said in vain, man. Because the Lord's word is going to stand at the end of the day, and the Lord said that Babylon the Great, the virgin daughter of Babylon, is going to be destroyed. Okay?
94.
That's why the reason why I brought that precept out is because he was going into Nebuchadnezzar and the glory in his
noonday.
Yeah, at noonday. And you think about the flower, what? Pretty much the blossoms, man. So that's what the Lord is getting ready to do. That's why in Job it says when he's about to fill his belly, then he's going to take this man out because he's getting ready to come into his full glory, man. All right, that's when the Lord is going to blow that hot wind on him.
You down.
I got what he was just speaking on. This is Job chapter 20. And I'm going to start at verse 22. It says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating.
That's right, while he is eating. That's when the Lord, when Esau Edom got his face up, butt popping out of his shirt, and he's still stuffing his face, that's when the Lord is going to come back and judge this man.
And I was going to bring this precept out earlier when somebody was reading in when he ceased to spoil, then he's going to be spoiled. All right, and now, you know, he's pretty much got his whole agenda out, being pushed out. Pretty much got all these people in subjection and things like that. That's when he can say he's pretty much in peace because he don't have that many more adversaries. All right, when he has that last adversary, all right, that's when he's going to be taken out of place, man. All right.
Straight to the point. Obadiah 1 and 3. Obadiah 1 verse 3. The pride of thy heart hath deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock.
There you go. It just told you who he's talking about. He's telling you who allowed his pride or whose pride has deceived him, man. Him that dwelleth in the clefts of the rocks.
Mount Seir, Petra.
Yeah, which is the Caucasians. They call themselves that because they come from the Caucasus Mountains. That's right. They named themselves after that, or they were named after that land. Those are the real cavemen. That's what damn white people,
that's
man.
What that means. The Caucasians. You know, you have like Asians, people from Asia. Yep. So the Caucasus Mountains is an actual place. So the Caucasians, and these are the mountain dwellers, man.
Right. And that range of mountains is, I think, in Georgia by Russia.
Yep.
Okay. Hey, that's where they fled into. They said they fled once the Roman Empire was done away with, these nations were chasing away these Edomites.
That's where you get the Khazars. Yep. Those are those dirty rats that came out of there.
Yeah. Yeah, look up Kionos, I believe it's called, up in Turkey. It's basically a city. It starts with a K. No, it's something else. But you look along the sides of mountains and you see the holes where the fucking windows where these niggas lived back in the days, man. Petra? I forget exact. Nah, it's not Petra. It's up by Turkey. Because it was during that time of the
Ottoman Turks.
The Ottoman Turks, yeah.
Those were the niggas.
They were living in mountains then too. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. It says, "Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart," going back to Daniel 7 and 8 again, that speaketh great things, "that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?" Right.
Who shall bring me down? That's how Esau said. He's been given this power. He's literally asking that. Who's going to bring me down? This was given on to me because these devils know, man. That's why they're doing all these things to try to upset prophecy. Last ditch effort is to microchip everybody. That's Esau's last ditch effort to try to remain in power, to have that power taken from him.
Hey, you know that video that's surfacing around with that Edomite chick, the soldier. There's two different chicks. And she's like, well, if y'all good old boys want to get out of hand, we'll take y'all down too. Not realizing that it's of the same, quote unquote, the same blood. All right. Not realizing they're quote unquote both Americans. All right, but see, that's the part of those military people out there, man. Hey, we'll take down whoever. It don't even matter, man. We are our own little entity, man. Even you American citizens, we'll take y'all down, man. So how much more do you think that they feel about these other nations, man? And when you grow up in this here society, you don't have that mindset that any other nation is really a threat to America because it's that virgin daughter of Babylon, man. It's never been touched, it's never been pushed up against the wall like that, man. All right?
That's right. That was it on that one. Let's finish this Isaiah 47 and then the next one.
I got a precept one to what the brother was going into in Job 20. This is the book of Job 15. We'll start at verse 21. All right, it says, "A dreadful sound is in his ears, and prosperity, the destroyer, shall come upon him."
And prosperity, the destroyer, being the heavenly Father, is going to come upon thee, man. Which, originally, that happened to our people, man. So again, Deuteronomy 30 and 7, the Lord's flipping things around on you. They whose cup was it to not drink has surely drunken, which were the Israelites, but now it's thy turn, man. Now the cup has been slid over to your side of the table. Okay? Go ahead.
And it's always when you're doing good. In your prosperity. That's when the Lord, he come and hewn your ass down, man. When everything's sweet.
Esau ain't going to be humble. That's why you got to be ultimately destroyed completely. He's got to be taken off the face of the earth. All these other nations, they're gonna get hungry. They're gonna be like, oh shit, and they're gonna serve us easily, no problems.
Yeah, the fact that brother up in the book of Revelation said, and the rest that were not destroyed by these plagues repented not. And they pretty much, they swore, they cursed at the Most High.
Yep.
You know?
Exactly.
To back them up.
That's talking about the Edomites,
The
man.
elites, yeah.
Yep. Go ahead.
Finishing off verse 22, it says, he believeth not that he shall return out of darkness, and he is waited for of the sword.
Yep. That's what's waiting for Esau's punk ass. You got it.
Oh, hey, just showing you that, hey, Esau, Edom, man, this is his end. All right, this is why the Lord's gonna have them snares, basically chopped up for him. All right, this man is destined to be destroyed by the sword. All right, this is why you read in Ezekiel, I believe it's 21, how the sword is being furbished. All right, it's being furbished for who? Esau, Edom. All right, to destroy him while he's in his pride. All right.
Oh, go back to Isaiah. Go finish up. We were at 11.
All right. Isaiah 47:11. Therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not.
That sword, man. That's that evil that's coming. Them bad times. Okay. Go ahead.
Verse 11. Therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth.
All right. So when you getting your ass jumped by like 5 dudes, you don't know who the hell's throwing a punch at you. They all on top of you. They just you feeling punches left and right. You're like, God damn, what's going on? Like, I don't know who's hitting me right now. But that's how Esau's gonna be. When all these judgments come upon these damn devils, man, it's gonna be like he's getting jumped by everybody. All these nations that are starting to hate America, they're gonna come and jump this place, and you ain't gonna know where the judgment. Not only that, you're gonna have the angels coming down, zapping shit. You're gonna have the missiles. You're gonna have the civil, the riots out on the streets. It's gonna be complete chaos out here in America, man. All over the earth, but primarily here in America.
Hey, you can see that starting to boil over right now, you know, with the different calamities, all right, from the pandemic, shutting down the jobs, the shortages, people getting evicted, all right, you got, you know, just all kind of different things going on. Then you have the hurricane that just hit, you know, 16 years later out there. Then people worried about the pandemic, now they're without power, all right, their homes is all washed away and things like that, man. All right, then you had this 20th anniversary of the situation in September. All right, and then you pulling out of Afghanistan. So these people out here, we don't know what to be scared of, whether it be a pandemic, losing my job, or you know, these towel heads coming over here blowing us up. You know, these people are already in straight. So how much more when, like with the brother going into, they start seeing the chariots, World War III. Yeah, man, you know, and then you live your own household. These people just running from door to door, chaos, purge. Hey, man, it's gonna be a living nightmare, man. The American dream's gonna turn into the American nightmare, man. All right.
Reading on, in verse 11, it says, therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off.
Yeah, you ain't gonna be able to take off that coat, man. That coat the Lord's putting on your back, you ain't gonna be able to take that bad boy off, man. You're gonna have to rock it till you grave, man. Go ahead.
You know, you call time out when shit get too bad. Tap out. Like no, man. There's no breathers. There's no breaks. Once it starts, that's it. You know.
Yeah, you getting your ass whipped and you look up at the clock. You still got 3 whole minutes left.
And that's you. You just gotta drink that cup. You know, you just got. No, you still got some more left.
Fight.
Yeah, you got some more left in there. You ain't all the way down, but that little portion I took was strong as hell.
Yeah.
But you still got some more left. It ain't over. You know.
Exactly. Go ahead.
All right, it reads on. It says, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know.
Yeah, man. So it's gonna be a day like this, man. One thing that stood out from some lesson Apostle Tahar did a long time ago was that people are still gonna be going to the movie theaters when the missiles coming. Okay, it's gonna be a day like this, man. It's gonna be chaos, but you still gonna have places where people are gonna be relaxing, man. Go ahead.
Reads on, verse 12.
That's why the scripture's talking about it like a thief in the night, man. People ain't gonna be like, oh, everybody just stuck on the TV because it's breaking news on the war and all this and that, and you got nothing else to, it's gonna be people that are gonna be like that.
Yeah, that won't affect us.
Yeah. But you're gonna have people just cooking breakfast, husband sitting down about to drink a couple of orange juice, and missiles on their way, breaking news. President giving a message talking about get into a safe zone as quick as you can.
Get into in the bathtub.
Yeah. You're gonna
in the fetal position.
The president gonna be crying. Good luck to all you Americans. God is with us.
May God be with you.
Yeah, may God be with you. And then, that's all you're gonna hear.
And then boom, somewhere in the distance, or if not directly above you, you're gonna hear a boom.
That's what it's gonna be like for you people, man. Go ahead.
Verse 12. Verse 12. Yeah, verse 12. Isaiah 47, verse 12. Stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth.
Yeah, see, and we brought it out earlier, but see, so when all this destruction is coming to you, now go see if that power is going to get it. That all that shit that you relied on, your wickedness, go see if it's going to help you now. When all this shit is coming on you, but now you're being judged, let's see if that wickedness that you know how to do, let's see if it's going to help you now.
Reads on. It says, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth, if so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou
see through your pride, let's see if you're gonna get past these missiles. Let's see if you're gonna get past these invasions. Let's see if you're gonna survive all this. Go ahead.
Continuing, if so be thou mayest prevail. Thou art weary in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Behold, they shall be as stubble. The fire shall burn them.
Hey, so the Lord's giving you the answer right now. He just told you, hey, go check to see if your procrastinator can get you out. But he literally just telling, look, behold. Okay? Go ahead.
It reads on, it says, they shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be able
the Lord's burning wrath and the burning of the missiles, man. You ain't gonna be able to stand up to it. Go ahead. You ain't gonna be able to, like Indiana Jones, like the brother said, get in the refrigerator, man, and survive that shit.
Go flying through the air and just land magically.
You're right. You die for the impact. That door will open up eventually. Go ahead and get that.
Hey, because you was talking about the president on the news channel, and then they trying to give you some type of sweet words, but ultimately this is what it's going to be like. This is Jeremiah chapter 50. I'm going to start at verse 41, 43. It says, behold, a people shall come from the north, a great nation, and many kings shall be raised up from the coast of the earth. They shall hold the bow and the lance. They are cruel and will not show mercy. Their voice shall roar like the sea, and they shall ride upon horses, every one put in array like a man in the battle against thee, O daughter of Babylon. So this is when the missiles coming, right? Verse 43. The king of Babylon had heard the report of them, and his hands waxed feeble. Anguish took hold of him, and pangs as a woman in travail. So hey, ultimately, once they exhaust all their options, let's go to plan B, plan C. There ain't no plan C, man. And his advisors is gonna be saying, look, bro, we done. Launch off the missile defense system. They've already shot them things down, man. Well, what we gonna do about this and that? Hey, man, you too far from the bunker to get to the bunker, man. There's nothing you can do at this point in time. You're like, oh shit, man. It's a sad day to make that whatever president's gonna have to make that announcement on the TV, man. It's gonna be a sad day for them. Like, hey, we through.
Prepare for total denial.
And it might be homegirl.
Yeah, it could be. Hey, we're gonna leave Jake. But if like a lot of our parents are old enough to remember this, back in the day, television used to go off, man. It was like, good night, America. That's what it's gonna be like. Hey, man,
one last time.
It's been a good run.
It's been a long time. We went through. Good night, America.
See you on the other side. So they'll be like, we're gonna get through this. Yeah. We'll just see what the casualties are afterwards. Hoping.
Not knowing all of America's gonna be out there.
Wait, can I get a quick precept overshot just to go with that, because what the brother's saying is on point, man. Real quick, this is Go ahead, get that. I thought I would have to queued up.
Verse 14, it says, Behold, they shall be as stubble, the fire shall burn them, they shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame, there shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before it.
And so that's how cold judgment the Lord is coming to bring, man. Ain't nothing gonna be able to comfort you, man. Because that's what it's going into, that flame by the fire. It's not literally talking about it's gonna be a cold day, because the Lord's talking about fire. There ain't nothing gonna comfort you, man. There ain't gonna be nothing that's gonna save you from these missiles, man. And once you that get by in these other countries, man, you going into straight slavery, man. Got that?
Yeah, I got it. Because what the brothers was doing, they was making a good point. All right, you think you good, you got the juicy juice. Then you went and got the charagma, right? So you think you good. You trusted in this place, and but when the missiles are on their way, this government is not going to be able to protect you from that, man. All right, so let's get right to the point. I'm reading to it. Isaiah 30 verse 1.
Hey, so like real quick, and that's why it's going to be strange of our salvation, because it's going to be sure destruction. But people are going to be seeing men praising the Lord while everybody's bugging out. So there's going to be, hey man, these niggas is bugging. And then the chariots, they're going to be seeing the chariots too. Like, yo, what's wrong with these guys? But then, Lord, so we don't smell, you're just going to see us shoot. Deuces. Go ahead,
it says, woe to Isaiah 30 and 1, woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel but not of me, and that cover with their covering but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk down and go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. So you thought this place was your security, man. You know, you trusted in this place. Alright, we've been weaned off that titty, so to say. The Lord said we shall no more longer dwell on him that smote us. Alright, but we shall dwell on the Lord. So you gotta wean off Esau's titty, man. And we've been weaned off this place, man. Gaining more faith in the Lord day after day after day, year after year, to the point where we fully trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. Alright? We're not looking for a handout for Esau or looking for protection from Esau. We run in the opposite way of Esau. Alright? We're fleeing from Esau, man. And we're going to the Most High for coverage, for comfort, for stability, for protection. And this is the point. Therefore, as the brothers just went into, when the missiles coming, your president get online and say, hey, this is it. Russia just let off this amount of missiles and whatever, find shelter, find safety, and you trusted in this place so much, and then they're not going to be able to protect you. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. Because you ain't going to know what to do. You thought you did everything to save your life. You thought you did everything to stabilize yourself, to keep yourself safe. Yeah, I juiced up me and my family. We got the Karagma. We're good. We're secure. Then here's that the missiles on their way. So it's going to be your confusion. You thought you did all the right things. Where did you go wrong? You trusted in Egypt, man. All right? You put on the spirit of Egypt. You didn't put on the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. Therefore, the trust in Egypt shall be your shame and your confusion. Because you're not going to know what to do. We're going to be waiting on the chariots, like the brother said. That's the only way out of here. There's no other way out of here once those missiles are on their way. There's no other exit. You know how you be looking for an exit door in a hotel, you see?
Yeah, because you're going to have people running and shit. Like, where are you running, nigga?
You know?
They showed you that in Hawaii.
Yeah, guys. Hide in the sewer.
Yeah, kids down sewers. That was it on that?
Yeah, that was it.
All right, finishing off in Isaiah 47:15. Thou shalt they be unto thee with whom thou hast labored, even thy merchants from thy youth.
And so all they who were confederate with thee, okay, go ahead. That's what it's talking about.
It says, they shall wander every one to his quarter, none shall save thee.
Yep, exactly. And this is the face that the other nations are going to be making. They're going to be looking like that when these nations start seeing all America's allies, when they start seeing that this place is destroyed and through, They're gonna turn the other way and go, damn, I don't know them.
Yeah. Shoot missiles on her too.
Yeah, they gonna
Like,
shit.
fuck it, everybody else do it.
Cause hey, but these other nations gonna be through too because they're gonna be getting America's missiles.
Yeah, they're part of the beast.
Yep.
So they through.
Yeah, they gonna. You know, there ain't. It says none shall save thee, man. So there ain't nobody who's gonna come to America's aid in that day, man. Esau, Edom, you're gonna be through. There ain't gonna be no helping hand lent out to you. Oh, we got you, man. Come on. Let's shoot at those. Let's do everything we can. No, man. No. Everybody's gonna see what happens here in America, and they're gonna be afraid. Okay. So with that, you know, I'll let the next brother. Somebody hold on, Revelation. All right, hey, we're gonna jump and switch gears a little bit. All right, we're gonna go into Jacob's trouble. All right, and all the different things. All right, that's getting ready to come upon this earth, especially here in the shores in the land of America. All right, which is what? Since we were going into what the virgin daughter of Babylon. All right, somebody got the Revelations 1. Start at 101. All right.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 1. Revelation of Yahushua HaMashiach, which the Most High gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must surely come to pass.
Because when you go into Revelations 1 and 1, this is the angel, all right, giving the revelations, all right, to John the Revelator, all right, speaking to his prophets as well. All right, but when you look at that time, this is when John the Revelator was getting all the different revelations, all right, of the time to come, all right, and these end days.
It says, and he sent and signified it by his angel and unto his servant John.
That's right.
It says, who bear record of the word of the Most High and the testimony of Yahushua HaMashiach.
All right, and what's the testimony of Yahushua? All right, it's the spirit of prophecy. All right, and when you go into Jacob's trouble, all right, we are going into prophecy. We're going into the end of an age, as the brother was going into. All right, going into 2nd Ezra 6 and 9, showing you that the Lord is speeding up the times. All right, he's also grabbing the heel of Esau, and he's basically bringing him down. All right, so we're in the time where we're seeing this man Esau Edom. He's scrambling around now. He's coming to the point to where he's making different moves. All right, to where he's getting sloppy. All right, but he has all his different plans, all his different agendas already all planned out. All right, but the Lord is saying, well, he's gonna put a distraction, all right, to where he can't fulfill all his plans. All right, so the Lord is showing us, hey, the prophecies are getting ready to happen. All right, and we're basically we're weeks to months, all right, away till people are starting to lose their jobs. All right, they're starting to lose the different liberties, the different freedoms. All right, this is what's going to make the people basically frantic. All right, start to bring insurrections. All right, and different things upon the land. All right, this is why you read in Isaiah 24. All right, saying how the city of confusion is broken down. All right, so the Lord is showing us, all right, through the scriptures. All right, these things have to happen. All right, in order for us to get into the kingdom. All right, you go into I forgot the book, but it's also going to how great tribulation. All right, we're going to have to enter into that great tribulation to receive the kingdom.
Acts 14 and
Acts
20.
13, 14.
Continuing on, Revelation chapter 1, verse 3.
Right.
Blessed is he that readeth.
Go to that word, read it in the blue letter. Revelation 1, 3. Revelation 1 and 3. All right, read that again, bro.
Revelation chapter 1, verse 3.
Right.
Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy.
All right, so those who hear the words of the prophecy, all right, blessed are those, the ones who have read the prophecy and heard the prophecy, all right, of the things that's getting ready to come. All right, so you got Jake in this like folly move, all right, where they're doing these crate challenges, all right, where they're doing just all different abominable acts. All right, they got their minds focused on the wrong shit. Basically, when you look at it, all right, they're not looking at the things that's coming. People are starting to rise up, all right, especially when these mandates start to happen. You got the word read it? Yeah. All right, Tom.
It's the word read it in the blue letter. It's Strong's G 314. It says to distinguish between.
Right. Go ahead and discerning what the times that we getting ready to enter into. Go ahead, bro.
It says to recognize,
to know accurately, all right, so not have our apostles and elders have given us the revelations, all right, what they learned from their elders,
all right, and going into the things that's getting ready to hit, which is the digital all right. This, when you look at Great Millstone, this is the only camp that was saying it's going to be the digital all that was going to be placed in these last days. All right, you have other camps going out there saying that what? It's the MOTB is a white woman. All right, they got all these Christianity, philosophies,
everything but what it really is.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's this and that and this, but it ain't that.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, it's part of it. What do you mean part of it? There's another piece to it. Shit.
Hey, it's showing you that.
Yeah. Right. That ain't in the scriptures. A two-part mark. Is it what the fuck? Yeah, 2-part. Like a tattoo, you gotta come back 2 times. Hey man, it's 2-part deal.
Hey, that's showing you that what the Lord ain't dealing with these camps, man. They don't got the revelations of what the accuracy that the brother was going into. They don't have the discernment, all right, of what's of these things that's getting ready to happen. So this is how you the Lord is showing us who the true men are, who has the revelations, as we're going into in Revelations 1. All right, because what we have been reading, we have been hearing the words of the true prophecy of these things that's getting ready to hit. All right, we're getting ready to see what martial law. All right, we're getting ready to see the insurrections upon these people. We're getting ready to see famine. All right, the people thirsting. All right, you got what going into the times where all these women, they're not going to have no covering. They're going to be trying to look for a man of the Lord. Isaiah 4:1 is going to hit. So all these different things are getting ready to hit. It's because why? We are blessed to hear the words of the prophecy. Are we blessed to understand them? All right, the Lord has given us the eyes, all right, and the ears to hear these things. All right, that these things are getting ready to happen. Was more on that?
Yeah, brother, want me to get the root word of it. The root word of we just read is Strong's G 1097.
Right.
It says to learn to know, to come to know, get a knowledge of perceived feel.
Hey, that's what for us to understand these words, to know them. All right, the Lord has given us the spirit, all right, to understand these things. He's given us the spirit to discern between what the righteous and the ones who serve Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and the ones who don't. All right, this is how you can see what in these end days who the true prophets, all right, because they have what the eyesight, they have the fortitude to see further out. All right, and we see all these things leading up into the digital all, the Kragma, the MOTB, whatever you want to call it. All right, and then what? World War III, as the brother was going into, and then what? Salvation. All right, but before we get to all that, we have to get into the part of Jacob's trouble. All right, and you see, Jake is out here, and they're not understanding the times that we in. All right, go on, Roman. You got something?
Yeah,
all right, 14.
So Matthew chapter 13, starting at verse 9. Matthew 13, verse 9. Who have ears to hear, let him hear.
Hey, hear the words of the prophecy. Understand them. All right, especially the ones who's behind the camera. All right, the ones who should be able to have the understanding and discernment what to even come out here. All right, come out here and understand, because we know it's more members of the elect that are out there. You just got a lot of them sitting behind the computer and they scared. All right, but what you gonna do when the lights go out? All right, what you gonna do when all these prophecies start to happen? All right, you didn't make yourself known to come out here, because when that time comes and you run across a man of the Lord, hey man, hey, you never know. The brother may just be like, I don't know you. So you don't know what is going to happen in that time.
It's like, all
right.
Hey, that's what the Lord don't have mercy on you, man. That's your shit out of luck. You didn't put no effort into it. Why would the Lord fight for you now? Shit.
Exactly. Yeah, the Lord want to see that you're trying. All right. Go ahead.
Matthew 13, verse 10. And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? Verse 11, he answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven.
Right, and not the scripture says in the book of Amos that the Lord revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. All right, did not the Lord just reveal unto what John and the servants as well? All right, the Lord is showing us that what? He's with us. He's given us the understanding and the times, all right, the wisdom, the knowledge, and understanding of the things to come. All right, he's opening up our ears. He's opening up our eyes to see these things. All right, blessed are they.
Yep. Matthew 13, 11, he answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given.
And that's going into what? The 2/3. All right, how the Lord have blinded them. All right, going into the rest of these other people. All right, as you go hold John 14 and 17. All right, because hey, the truth. All right, that's spread it out amongst the world. The people, they cannot understand it. All right, it's not received unto them. All right, let's get that quick precept.
This is John chapter 14, verse 17. It says, even the spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive.
All right, so the world, they cannot receive this truth because the Lord have what? He's blinded the minds of them. All right? Go ahead.
It says, John 14 and 17, even the spirit of whom the world cannot receive, because it seeth him not, neither knoweth him, but ye know him, for he dwelleth with you, and you shall be in you.
Read that again.
Going back, John 14 and 17. Even the spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive, because it seeth him not, neither knoweth him, but you know him, for he dwelleth with you, and you shall be in you.
Hey, the world cannot receive it. All right, the people cannot receive it. That's why you see them and they riding by. All right, we're here professing the prophecies and the different things that's getting ready to happen, but they're not discerning the times. Okay, the world cannot receive these revelations that the Lord has given unto us. All right, going into what the brother was going into in the book of Matthew 13.
Yeah, quick one to back that up. It's Wisdom of Solomon chapter 7. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 7 in verse 24. It says, for wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passeth and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness. So going into the spirits like the wind, the spirit ultimately tries you. It says the world cannot receive the spirit of truth because it says wisdom won't dwell with a body that's subject to sin. Wisdom will not enter into a malicious soul. So going to the spirit of the Lord, the word goes out and it tries your mind. So either it sticks with you or goes in one ear and out the other. So that's the majority of people in this world, is they can't take heed to these words, also because the Lord again has not given them the ability to receive it. They don't have the fear. That's it.
All right, go ahead and jump into that, bro.
This is David Goldberg's final words on Project Pogo.
Yeah, it was grade 25.
All right, can
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 7 verse 25, it says, for she is the breath of the power of the Most High, and the breath going into the inspiration. It says, in a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty. Right, so that's why it says, the words of this prophecy it didn't come to pass by the will of man, but men in the spirit. That's how these things be able to come to pass. The man moved by the Holy Spirit. Going to Peter's, it says this prophecy is not a private interpretation. It says, verse 25, it says, for she is the breath of the power of the Most High in a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty, meaning from the heavens. It says, therefore can no defiled thing fall into her. So no defiled thing can fall into her. That's what really going to make the point more solid, is that again, the majority of the world can't receive this truth because they're subject to sin. They're not living according to the Spirit of the Lord. They ultimately, again, they don't have what the Lord needs ultimately. Well, they don't have what the Lord requires ultimately is faith.
Hey, they lack faith. All right. Let's get that in.
Go ahead. It says Project Goldberg's final word, David Goldberg's final word on Project Pogo.
All right, now when you go into this person, David Goldberg, all right, this was basically a whistleblower. All right, this is one of the guys of a top CEO company. All right, such as when you look at Facebook. All right, he was up there with Mark Zuckerberg. All right, he was up there with a lot of these people who are billionaires. Okay, but it was messages. All right, different documents, classified information that was leaked out. All right, that was given unto him. All right, so eventually you go into I think it's back in 2015. He was killed. All right, he had a sudden death. All right, when he was going on vacation. All right, and I believe it's in Panama or Mexico, and then he was basically he died suddenly. All right, but this is the messages. All right, that was given. All right, from him. All right, about the different plans that these elites have that's gearing us into what Jacob's trouble. Go ahead.
It says Project Zypher.
All right.
Extreme extermination. Classified documents, White House memos.
All right, so this is going into what? Project Pogo and Project Zypher. All right, right here, the brother's about to go into Project Pogo. All right, these are different projects. All right, these things are being placed. All right, for basically for you Jakes. All right, but it's really going on to all the rest of you Americans out here. Go ahead, bro.
It says starts on social media. Starts on social media.
Right.
Different other media platforms.
All right. Such as what? Your Facebook, such as your YouTube, such as what? Your TikTok, such as all these other different sites that you can put truth out. All right. A lot of these things have been also placed by the government. So it's just showing you that these things are being placed upon the people who's actually looking for truth. Go ahead.
It says the most common source that utilized by the truth pages are primarily on YouTube.
Right.
It's a track tag ID operation to single out individuals and later lead them to extermination.
All right. So if you're looking at this video right now, if you happen to scan past it, you've been looking at them TikTok videos on YouTube, Facebook, all the algorithms. The water. All right. You have been placed on a track tag and ID. All right, so you're not going to be able to run from Esau Edom when he get ready to come move in. See, this is how serious this thing is. It's not, we just out here reading Bibles, going into prophecies, but we're telling you that Esau Edom has these plans already laid out for you. All right? Go ahead.
And we watching, I think it's probably the second or the third Purge movie.
Right.
They show exactly that. It's the one with, I believe, the Northern Kingdom chick. All right, it was like he was watching these videos and so on and so forth, and that's the people they was tracking down, you know?
I got something real quick. Go that. Psalms 37 and verse 12, right to the point. It says, the wicked plotteth against the just, and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. And when you go into this word here, plotted, right? It says to have a thought, devise, plan, consider, purpose. It says to purpose, devise. It says, quote, of evil intent. All right, and the scriptures say, what woe to them that devise iniquity upon their beds, man. So backing the brother up, the whole purpose of the so-called, Esau Edom doing what he's doing is because ultimately he wants to exterminate you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Indians, man. But the scripture said if there was not a remnant left, we would have been at Sodom and Egypt, or Sodom and Gomorrah. You got a lot.
Go back to that.
So you know it says the ones who would be track tag and ID, which would be the ones who are seeking the hearing and speaking of the truth.
Right.
This is known as TTID.
All right. That's just the abbreviation of the tag, track, and ID. All right. So this is Esau has all these things already in place. All right. And it's geared toward those who is not going in the way of his agenda. All right. So basically going into the way of his NWO. So if you're just looking at these pages, you're looking at it, you're thinking it's nothing but just folly.
Entertainment. You think it's entertainment.
And entertainment. All right, hey, Esau, he got you already track tag and ID. There's no point for you to try to ask for mercy. All right, when Esau moves in. All right, because he sees that you have heard this truth. All right, he sees that you have some type of interest. All right, so this is when he's going to try to persuade you to go his way. Yeah. But a lot of these people, they're gonna get caught up in the midst and they're gonna die thereof.
Going to that second Ezra 9 about they had the benefits, they despise the word.
That's it.
All right, that's just, again, like the brother going into, because we spoke about this years ago. Like, oh man, you pretty much seen you came across the videos. You know what I'm saying? It'd be better if you had not known or had not heard. But now you're pretty much accountable because you've heard it at least one time. So that's pretty much akin to putting your hand to the plow, especially if you're watching constantly for quote unquote entertainment purposes and things like that, man. Oh, you pretty much affiliated with this now, man, according to the Most High. All right, because you've been exposed to this here truth, man. All right.
Yeah, and that's beautiful because that goes to show you, how serious this truth is, man. That this is not a game. Like the brother said, man. Jay think this is just entertainment. And matter of fact, Wednesday live feed we was going into how a lot of you Jakes, okay, you hey man, you call on the name of the Lord, you can't pull that card in that time if you ain't serious, man. There's gonna be no mercy in you, man. You thought this was a game, but this is Deuteronomy 30 and 19. It says, and this is Moses. It says, I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death.
Hey, this is life and death.
That's all you're gonna hear very soon.
You're gonna be hearing all the sirens, all right, people screaming. Hey, all these things is getting ready to come to the shores of Babylon the Great, man. America. All right, this is not a time to be playing. This is hey, the prophets up here. We telling y'all this is serious, man. Between the brother saying life and death. All right, this ain't the time to be playing, man. We see a lot of y'all bullshitting. Hey, the Spirit of the Lord is on the men to tell y'all, hey, man, to turn from this wickedness. We weeks away from this shit, man. Go ahead, bro.
And that's why the Lord is going to have to start taking things from you people, man. All right, because once you start to lose possessions and things that's close to you, things that are tangible, then you want to start taking the Lord serious. But at that time, it's going to be too late, man. You know, because what the scriptures say, the same must know him after death by me. When the time of you to get that understanding, you loathe at that liberty, man. It says that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore, choose life that that both thou and thy seed may live.
Ooh. Hey, you want your seed to live, right? All right. Hey, you about to pray to Yahweh Shem Yahushua that protects you and your family and your house. All right. Hey, the Lord is getting to the point to where he about to stop talking. He about to get to the point to where the famine of the word is getting ready to happen. All right. You're not going to be able to get this truth no more. All right. So if you have a chance to get this truth, it's the time to listen, to buckle down. All right. To receive this word. All right, because the scripture we went into earlier, blessed is those, all right, who heard the prophecy and actually read it. All right, because we got the actual truth and we telling you these are the things that's getting ready to happen. All right, well, you got it. Proverbs. Yes, let me finish.
All right, it says, if you are awake and have been informed, you are currently tracked, tagged, and ID'd. All analytics through Google and YouTube are all connected.
Right. All right. So your Google account is connected to basically all these different platforms. You look at your YouTube. All right. You look at your different the information what's into your Google, your name, your sometimes it asks for your address. It got your number. All right. So it's
well, going into that, like the brother going into YouTube and Google. YouTube is owned by Google. Also, the Android operating system is owned by Google as well too, man. And they got the new Google phones coming out. So for most of you who got these Android phones, same with Apple, because they got a controversy right now with Apple about them scanning all your information, look for quote unquote the pedophilia, and that's the guys that they're going after. But nevertheless, it's just showing you that they got everybody in these systems, man. All right, you cannot use your smartphones without signing in with some type of account, whether it be an Apple account or a Google account. All right, and Google is the #1 search, basically the biggest company there is with this tech, man. All right. It says
hey, real quick,
it's two sides of the border.
Hey, and if you don't believe the brothers, all you gotta do is watch the movies that's been coming out since the 90s, man. And before that, in the games, man. Like that game Watchmen. All right, so hey, man, Esau got tabs on everybody, man. All right, and it's so easy. It's to the point where if you can't, that's why the scripture say, "Who is blind with my servant, man? You can't see it. You just out here walking dead, man."
It says, let me go back up. It says all analytics through Google and YouTube are all connected. They know who you are and where you are and currently in real time.
Hey, it goes into what? Your GPS as well. He already has your location, your IP address.
And that IP address is serious.
Hey man, hey, when he locked down on something, he got you. So if you're looking at this video, hey man, you've already been tracked, tagged, and ID.
And that's why ultimately he wants to tag you in real time, real life, because you can leave your phone somewhere and run. But go ahead.
If you don't believe this, go into your cell phone right now. Go on Google, right? Do a Google search and type in gas stations or Walmarts. No matter where it's at, it's gonna pull up around in your area, man. They're not gonna pull up like sometimes if your shit's a little off, they might put you somewhere else out. But you know, like if I was to type in the gas station right here where I'm at now, it's gonna pull up this area where I'm at, man. Not where I live at, you know, because I'm currently right here. I'll pull up the weather, it's gonna show me the weather right where I'm at, man. All right, showing you that they have you tracked with all these things. So whatever you ask for or look into your phone at, they go onto that IP address, that GPS, the global positioning system. All right, they have you already tracked, tagged, and traced, man. All right.
Even without getting online on the PlayStation, man, you gotta have the IP address on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
That's the only way you can go online. You have to put your IP address in. You know.
trapped in it, man. Trapped in within his system. All right, it's all these things are leading, all right, until what? The digital all, like the brother said, to get you with real time. I believe it was a brother that put it in the post going into how I believe it's across seas, going into how you supposed to Australia. Yeah. Going into how you supposed to basically put yourself at your actual take a picture. Yeah, water. Going to taking your picture into your actual real time. All right, you have to check in.
Hey, well, people love selfies so much. There you go.
There you go.
Now you got a reason to use it every day.
Look at the phones nowadays. That's a way of unlocking your phones. The fingerprint, which they get their biometrics, the measurements of life, scanning your face all the time. This is why they gave you out those filters and got everybody into the selfie mode and everything else like that. Every cell phone has that front-facing camera. All right, if you put tape over that bad boy, after a while your phone won't even unlock or won't even open up no more, man.
Right, exactly.
All right.
Hey, and you got to update your phone. I had this happen to me the other day. If I didn't update my phone, I wasn't able to upload videos. I wasn't able to actually take a picture or nothing through the phone. So this is how Esau wants you to stay up to date with these different things. So you have to basically be up on the system. All right, that's in order for you to operate within the system. So if you don't have this digital all, how are you going to be able to buy and sell? All right. Hey, these things are getting ready to come down the pipeline.
Wait, they already coming down the pipeline up in New York. You can't buy or sell or go in none of them establishments unless you can prove certain things, man.
Yeah, without the
all right, and that's just phase 2, phase 1. It was with the mask, man. All right, so hey, man, this is not far fetched at all, man. They're creating legislation for it right now, man. Joe Biden, before he was even vice president, told the graduating military class that they was gonna have to pretty much rule on whether or not it would be constitutional to put these things inside of human beings, man. And then not only he said this before he became vice president, man. All right, and now look, he's in the office as the president, man. All right.
Psalm 64 started top verse 1. Psalm 64 verse 1 says, "Hear my voice, O power, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy."
Hey, that's what we're looking for. We're praying to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, all right, to keep us, all right, from this enemy. All right, the enemy is making plans and devising these different policies, all right, these different laws, these different mandates that's getting ready to come. All right, so we're asking the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, to keep us. All right, because hey, if Yahweh Shem Yahushua is not with us, all right, we're gonna be what? We're gonna be through like the rest of these other people. All right, go ahead.
Yep. Psalm 64 verse 2. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity.
Right, and so who's the workers of iniquity? All right, it's these top elites. All right, they're going into what? Going into these different councils. All right, having their different think tanks, having their different ways of how to devise these plans. All right, especially to come after what? The Israelites. All right, so when you see these different things happening and these different plans rolling out, all these things is geared towards the Israelites.
I got some, because it says, I'll read again, Psalm 64 verse 2, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. So he's gathering this intel from people around the world and things they watch, and again, going into the New Order system, but because ultimately there's going to be insurrection. This devil's going to come down with that great rap. So here the 2nd Esdras chapter 16, in verse 68, 2nd Esdras 16 verse 68, it says, "For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols." So the wrath of that great multitude is Esau. Again, him coming down, Revelation 12 and 12, to come down clamp down the world. He's doing this gradually. As again, going into these pandemics, his ultimate agenda he's pushing, and he's going to come after those ultimately who believe. He's going to come after everybody. Those are not, for a system that he's going into, but ultimately, he really wants to get the elect. Those that aren't going to really bow down. But here, verse 69, it says, "And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot." So those that love the world, those that consent, meaning you're agreeing with, those that say, "Oh yeah, get the jab, go get the juice," and ultimately get the vaccine, not the vaccine, go on to the
Paragma.
Those are going to be, you're going to be had in derision because you thought being a good servant to Esau is going to get you safe. It's not going to happen. be the safety, so destruction will come. Verse 7, he said, "For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord." So that great insurrection, it says, we just read in Psalms 4, it says, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, these are going to come down on us, you know. Verse 71 says, "For they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling, destroying those that fear the Lord." Verse 72, "For they shall waste and take away their goods, and cast them out of their houses." Verse 73, "Then shall be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire." You know, so what's going in Jacob's trouble, that's the gold in the fire that's coming down. As the Lord put the spirit on Esau to come down with that wrath, you know. Because the Lord says the counsel of the wicked, secret counsel of the wicked, and the Lord pointed to the wicked, which is thy sword. The Lord's going to come down with that sword, you know. Go back to Psalm 64. Psalm 64 verse 2, it says, "Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity."
Hey, it's like it real quick, bro. This is like a movie, man. People are gonna just be walking by casually. They gonna remember that they walked past some crazy guys on the corner with signs talking about America's gonna be destroyed.
It was that,
You gonna remember this, bro?
What was that movie, 2020, I think it was, where it was like, they started out with the men outside with the signs.
Oh yeah, 2012.
Something like that, and it ended off like that as well, too. It's like, man, those guys with the signs was right. You know? That was the first scene and the very last.
So like, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're good.
Because you saw how these dudes just, one of them was a Jake, the other guy could have been a Jake, who knows? But they were just like reading the signs. I mean, like, bro, look at what the world is. You wouldn't inquire this, so he gonna remember that. Thinking like, damn, maybe I should have stopped. And because the Lord gonna make you, anybody that's even heard us in the distance, you gonna remember this.
They didn't even know that the prophet was alone.
Yep.
What was that? Yeah, Psalm 64 in verse 3, it says, "Who whet their sword like a tongue, and bend their bows to shoot the arrows, even bitter words."
Hey, isn't that with you going to, I believe it's Psalms 55? It said how his words are smooth like butter. All right, you go into this man's laws and you look at his different decrees and you look deep within it. It's like a lot of mumbo jumbo when he talks. All right, it's the sway wind. All right, and it's how what a serpent does. All right, he's smooth with you until he gets to the point to where he's about to strike. And this is how this man's laws are, his policies, all these different things. This is how you, when you read the book of Daniel 8:25, saying that how he causes the craft to prosper within his head. All right, through this man's laws, his agendas, his decrees. Right, this is how Esau even moves, man. So you have to watch out by his words. All right, and how deceiving they can be. All right, that's why the scripture says in Sirach 12:10, "Never trust thine enemy." Go ahead.
Psalm 64 verse 4, it says, or we can go back to 3, it says, verse 3, "Who whet their tongue like a sword, and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words." Those bitter words is you're going to lose your job if you don't cooperate. You're going to lose your life if you don't cooperate. Those bitter words, ultimately those threats. So saying, if you don't play ball, you can't live in my world no more. You know, that's why you have to make a decision. They got to make a decision.
That's why the scriptures say that you're gonna end up worshiping the beast in the image, because you're gonna submit to his will. You know, now at this point you're worshiping the man. You're doing whatever he tells you to do, like you're supposed to do with the Most High.
Psalm 64 verse 4 says that they may shoot in secret at the perfect.
And how they doing that? All right, by what? The laws like we were just going into. The different projects and different basically different plans and schemes that they have out here. All right, so what? To shoot at the perfect. All right, to get to what? The elect. All right, this is why he's going to come after all of Israel.
Yep, verse 4 says that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not.
They don't even fear. All right, they don't fear Yahweh Shem Yahushai. This is why you still see them have their plans intact, all right, for years to come. But now, all the way into this time, we see that these things are starting to be rolled out. So it's showing you that they don't have no fear of the Lord. They don't have no fear of killing
Or even getting caught.
Yeah, they're not even getting caught. They don't care. All right, so this is why you see them. They just gonna roll out with all these plans and get to the point to where they just gonna start killing Jake, start killing the rest of these other Edomites. All right, this is how you see it with these things going on with the jab. All right, we getting ready to see much death. All right, coming in these next months. All right, in these next coming weeks, we're getting ready to see many people be without a job as well.
God, Psalm 64 in verse 5, they encourage themselves in an evil matter.
This is the evil matter. All right, to get the people jabbed up. All right, to get them to the point to where they're gonna be in submission. All right, underneath him. All right, underneath the beast. All right, to what? To feed the beast. This is like a live simulation that the brother was going into. How the people are walking past us, they seeing the signs, they hearing what we're saying, but they're not acknowledging, like we were going into that word, readeth and understanding the times, knowing accurately, hey, these people are going to be through in that time.
Yep. It says they commune of laying snares privately. They say, who shall see them?
All right, and that's the pride of these devils. Who's saying, who shall see them?
If I can speak on that real quick, that's what I was just saying. Like, they don't even care about getting caught. You know, you talk to these Edomites, and they'll tell you, hey, America's not a racist country. We're not racist. We're trying to get over all these things. But why do you have these plans and these projects to kill Jake, man? But then again, it's like, who gonna see us? I mean, it's written in law. I mean, if you just go on the internet and look it all up, I mean, they got it written in law. But hey, these niggas ain't gonna find out about us. Yeah, we're not racist. But then we over here writing these laws for your ass right now, man.
Psalm 64 verse 6, they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep.
All right, and their heart is deep. All right, every one of these damn devils, when you look at it to them, all right, that's why I said, brother, get Michael 2:1 right quick, because hey, these devils, all right, they have to have some type of plan, or else they won't get no sleep. All right, they have to get all these different plans and into fruition. All right, to get Jake basically to be what? Exterminated.
To do what he did, to sell the right up.
Right.
That's what Esau wants to do, get our people with. Because he mad, he's still mad that Jake got him to blame him, so now he's trying to do the same to our people. But it ain't gonna work to the elect though.
Micah 2:1, it says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
And this is what they're doing. Just like the brother, you know, they was going into saying how these elites, how they look with the droopy eyes, which I was going into earlier, saying how they look sick. All right, they're not sleeping. All right, the Lord is plaguing their minds in order for them to do these iniquities, to do these different acts and these different plans. All right, to come and shoot out the perfect, as the brother was going into. All right, it's showing us that hey, Esau Edom, all right, is not getting any sleep. All right, until he gets to the point to where he has destroyed Jake. All right, but hey, it's written that the elect has overcome the wicked. All right.
It says when the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand.
Hey, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. All right, this is how they're able to devise these different plans. All right, and not be scared. They don't give a damn. They got the power within their hands, so they're gonna make these things happen. All right, and the people they can do nothing about it except follow the ways of Esau Edom or either die.
Got that. Real quick, I want to bring out these two to add on to that real quick because of the fact of this is what the brothers are bringing out. Now, real quick, just add on to what the brothers are going into here. All right, I'm gonna just briefly read over 3 of these definitions or things. This one's called the King Alfred Plan. All right, it says the King Alfred Plan is a fictional CIA-led scheme supporting the international effort to eliminate African descendants, invented by author James A. Williams. All right, basically in the book, right?
It says fictional.
Yeah, but wait, it gets better. It gets better. It says Williams described the government plan to deal with the threat of a black uprising by the United States by quartering off black people into concentration camps in the event of a major racial incident, right? So now, obviously, we know that this is what they're actually doing, but we're going to go into a different one. It says Rex 84. Rex 84 is short for Readiness Exercise. In 1984 was classified scenario and drill developed by the U.S. federal government to detain a large number of U.S. citizens deemed to be national security threats in an event that the president declares national emergency. All right. Let me jump down. It says, to combat the government's perceived as subversive activities, the plan also authorized the military to direct order movements of civilian populations at state and regional levels, according to this in person, right? So basically, this is the same thing that they said was alleged that was in this here book, right? Now the last one here is called Project Megiddo. So if you don't believe that, oh, that's just a fairy tale, this is just this is just that, these are all laws that was all put in place, man. All right, now a lot of the times what they do is they'll send messages down the line to elites further on down the line before certain things are readily available. Like you have what is that? A Brave New World, Aldous Huxley, and 1984. All right, they were talking about all these technologies and things like that, the cartoon, the Jetsons and things like that. They're just sending messages to what we're going to do, and the plan is when we actually have the technology available for these things, man. So they'll put these things out there like that in certain ways, but they're like, yo, this is the plan, so we can kind of keep putting this into your mind about certain things. This is what the end goal game is, all right? So this one is Project Megiddo. This one here clarifies everything in the whole self. Project Megiddo was a report researched and written by the United States Federal Bureau of Investigation under Director Louis Fresh, released on October 20, 1989. The report named Followers of White Supremacy, Christian Identity, American militia movements, the Black Hebrew Israelites, and apocalyptic cults as potential terrorists who might become violent in reaction to the new millennium or the new world order that implements these new things, man. All right, and so ultimately they go into how, you know, they're going to label us as domestic terrorists. Basically what this brother's going into with these other plans and stuff, these are just more in-depth extensions on how we're going to get to these people, man. Track and trace these people. Who? What people? Oh, the people that's on these different projects, like Project Megiddo, these listed people and everything else like that, man. All right?
I got something real quick. This is Psalms 83 and 3, right to the point. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. And when you go into this word here, crafty, right? Because like the brother was going into the TTID, all right, the Alfred clan, all right, okay, Rex 84, all right, these are all crafty, these are all crafty things, man. Genesis, the 25th chapter, on the 27th verse, it says what? Esau is a cunning hunter, man. When you go into that word cunning, it means to be wit or understanding or skillful. All right, so this is that word crafty. In Psalms 83 verse 3, it says skillful from mid 1200. It says skillful, clever, learned. All right, it says strong, powerful. It says cunning, sly. Like the game Sly, all right, the old game Sly on the PlayStation. What? He was very skillful in knowing how to pretty much deceive, man. All right? Okay? Sneaky, man. Okay? And these are all the things that we saw Eagle, all right, is doing right in front of your face. But meanwhile, he's bringing up charges and allegations on you that you haven't done. He's drinking your blood, man. He's doing sexual activity, all right, and having sexual intercourse with your children, man. All right? He's feeding you. He's feeding you human meat, all right? He's putting rat hair, okay? He's putting different genetics in your chocolate, man, in your dark chocolate, man. Okay? Real quick, I want to get this word here because just to back you brothers up, because you brothers was reading earlier in Isaiah the 47th chapter, around the 4th verse, where it says, thou art weary in the multitude of thy counsel, right? So that same crafty counsel in these G20 summits, all right, or whatever, that same crafty counsel that he's having, he's weary in it. When you go into that word weary, it says to be tired, exhausted, miserable, sad, to wander. So that's why it's going to get out of control, and they show you that in the movie Apocalypse, the X-Men Apocalypse, when they was at that round table, man. All right, okay. These nations are going. It's going to get to the point where the Spirit of the Lord is going to be on these nations to push that button, man. All right, and this man is miserable to the point where he already know how devastating it can get if that button get pushed. All right.
Blade, that was how first council.
Yes, bro. Yeah, and that's what they do. They broke. What the scripture say? They broke at noonday. All right, but what they have counsel. All right, and that's because what they know that we in the spirit we daywalkers, man. How are we daywalkers? Why? Because we're walking in the light, man. You see, but they can't come out in the light. Why? Because lest their deeds be reproved. You know.
God, this is Project Cypher, exterminate.
Going to the extermination now. Or after you don't been tagged, tracked, and ID.
It says it is a means to exterminate the ones who are what is that? What is it? TTID. All right. The operation keeps changing as time goes on. Many different scenarios of extermination is at play, but numbers keep rising. Numbers are in the millions. In the beginning, Plans were to infect people with the virus.
Right? Is that not what we're going through right now? All right. When you look at the plans of what Esau Edom already has, we're going into a live simulation.
Right.
Esau Edom has already done this by his going through his different think tanks,
Simulations.
tables, and all of that. So this is the live simulation right now. The people actually going into getting jabbed up. All right, the elites are looking at all this right now and they're
Taking
plans.
notes.
Yeah, taking notes and
For the
seeing
next
everything.
wave.
Exactly.
Hey, I was gonna say, you said it's a live simulation or simulation.
Right.
They, that's what Trump said. It was like, oh, this is simulation. Like, I didn't know it was
Live
simulation.
exercise.
Yeah, I didn't know it was
Live
live
exercise.
exercise. Like, no, this is the real deal. Like, I didn't know that.
Oh, why didn't you nobody told me that?
Nobody told me about it.
You're a nobody,
Yeah,
nigga.
you know, you just take the orders and you know, you just read the teleprompter, bro.
Yeah,
That's all you do. You read the
Take
teleprompter.
to the script, niggas.
Yeah. Shake hands, kiss babies, and read the teleprompter. That's all you do.
Comb that head, nigga. Yeah.
Hey,
But that's your president.
and another thing about these things, because this is something I hadn't heard about it under the same name, but they've had these same things from way back in the days, man, before they could even have, again, had the technology to spread all these things out to all these people all at once, man.
Right.
They had the idea and they said it was going to do exactly this type of thing, man. It's like, yo, in the future, you know, healthcare is going to be a big business because in the future, this is what the new boogeyman is going to be basically, man. All right, health problems and what they call mental health breakdowns and things like that. That's what you start to see, man, because they're plaguing the minds of these people, man. All right?
Yeah, by seeing it on the news, all right, the current events, all these different things. These people, they're actually scared to come outside their homes because they believe the things of what Esau Edom has put out there. All right,
And that's really a test to see how much they actually believe on every word, man. You got people literally in their car by themselves with a mask on. People in their own house cleaning their windows with their mask on by themselves, man. Like, who you gonna get infected by, man? You know who they tell you that social distance be 6 feet away from people. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, stupid is stupid does, man.
Remember, just a few months ago, people were driving in the car with masks and gloves on.
Wait, they still
They still are.
And, you know, I was meditating when the brother was speaking. What is one of the biggest, most money-making schemes that exist to this day? The medical field, man. So that's why Esau is attacking you people, all right, through the medical field, man. You see? You know, and if you go going into the crafty council, if you go against or you start to bring out true facts or information dealing with this man's scheme, what he labeled it as medical disinformation, man. He'll take down your channel, man. See, so the crafty council of the wicked, all right, is in full effect, man. All right.
Going back, somehow eliminate people in various ways and not be suspicious. Devastating. I remember going into a thing of depopulation, and when they was going into the wars in the Middle East and everything like that, they was like, yo, you know, going to the Georgia Guidestones, they have a certain number of people they want to depopulate, and then they have it, it's like, yo, we can get so many people going off in the military, natural disasters, day by day with these things, but really with this medical situation, you can have it with no excuses, man. All right, just the masses of people, they calling the earth off, man. All right, population reduction, but they don't look at it this way, man. They don't look at these sexual contraceptions as depopulation, man. All right, the alphabet community, man, pushing that is depopulation, man. All right, all these things is calling the earth off, man. To stop the the scripture say be fruitful and multiply, man. But they stopped all those things, man. But continuing on, devastating events will happen. Power outages, along with a purge. They will be. Hey, speaking on that. Got some inside information out there from New Orleans where the hurricane hit. All right, hey man, a lot of shit's destroyed. They can't even call the police out there, man. They can't. And at nighttime, they're like everything cool. I guess in the daytime you can go try to recover your shit, but at nighttime, oh, it get dark out there, man. And them people ain't got no electricity, no food, no water. So somebody would say, oh, they out there looting. I'm like, are they looting or are they out there surviving? You know what I'm saying? Because if they ain't got no food and everything else like that, man. All right, then all of a sudden this is what they going through, man. And then, you know, like the scripture say, for lack of bread, they should be spoiling the houses and everything like that, man. The sedition and uprising. All right, police said stay inside, there's a curfew. But you tell this to somebody who put out food and water for a whole month, man. All right? It says, devastating events will happen, power outages, along with a purge. They will be coming into your homes, taking you and placing you into these camps.
Going you two ways, going into the transitionary period of these actual FEMA camps.
Right.
All right. This is the reason why these things have already been built, and right now they're still building. If you can look into over there in Australia, they're building up more concentration camps. all right, is to get the people in order. They get the people basically to be exterminated. This is what this project is getting ready to go through, and this is but over here in the shores of America. But over there, we already know that these elites already have different agendas and different things over there, all right, to exterminate those people. All right, so we can see within what these coming months that these people are going to mandate these things, all right, and get the people to get into these concentration camps to either change their mind or to either kill them off.
The education facilities.
And they call them now they're calling them quarantine camps. You get so-called sick. Just like, you know, you seen the smaller version at the hospital, man. They had people waiting in line to go to the hospital to get on a so-called ventilator just for that to kill them, man. It's like, all right, well, they on there for a couple hours or so, then they wound up dying. Like, well, if I was waiting in line for 6 hours, I still would have been alive. But if I would have went over here and got on this ventilator, I would have died in 2 hours or something like that, man. All right, so like what we're going into, like, yo, these are these so-called quarantine, well, not quarantine, concentration camps where they're killing off people massively, man. They just changed the name and then they say we're trying to help you, but then they just so-called died because of these things. It's the same outcome, man. It says this is a form of tactic to exterminate millions. It says Operation Garden Plot, operation used in case of civil disturbance.
All right, so when these mandates and these different laws is being in place, all right, this is when we get ready to see these people start to have civil uproars now. All right, people are going to start losing their jobs, their homes. All right, for the people who actually believe that this whole pandemic is fake. All right, we're getting ready to see these Edomites. All right, going to start to rise up against the government. All these things are within the scriptures. All right.
It says it gives the use of military to support civil authorities backed by Constitution Article 1, Section 8. States Congress shall not have the power to provide for calling forth militia to execute laws of the Union, suppress insurrections, and repel invasions. The president is authorized by the Constitution in Title 10 to suppress insurrections, rebellions, and domestic violence. After issuing a cease and desist order to the president, the president issues an executive order that directs the Attorney General and SEC DEF to take steps to disperse insurrections and restore law and order.
All right, and this is when they getting ready to bring in what? The military. All right, getting ready to bring in what? The martial law. These troops. You already see it in different videos how they're bringing them on trains. All right, they get in this place ready. All right, to bring in these militias. All right, because you have a lot of these the cops. All right, the people who work for the city and stuff. They're quitting because they don't want to get jabbed up. So now they're getting ready to place this operation, all right, when the time of the civil disturbances start to come in, and this is when they're going to be able to basically to close off the Bill of Rights and the Constitution. This is when they're going to make the actual military to come in, all right, and to put in law and order when these insurrections and things arise.
Hey, President George Bush and Barack Obama already put that in place with the Patriot Act and the NDAA 1 and 2 Act, man. And it's so-called state of emergency. They can enact these type of things where the government can come and take over your houses, your car, your fuel, the buildings, everything, man. Take over your guns, take you over, man.
Y'all bring out 2nd Ezra 15?
Yeah.
Oh, that's React? All right.
Where you want to start at? 14. 2nd Ezra 15, verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands.
And that's getting ready to come. All right, when you see these militias, all right, the government, you're ready to start to come in. They're gonna try to confiscate these guns. All right, you're gonna have these Edomites, these people who all about their rights. All right, their freedom. All right, they're going to try to come up against the government. This is what's going to make Esau bring in these actual militias to come in and bring in that law and order. All right, it's when these people are going to come up with the swords coming up against the government.
We got real quick, and the insurrection doesn't have to be something super big, man. It's like in that video with the military woman. It's like, if I tell you to put down your guns and you don't, then you're in defiance, and I got the right to kill your ass, man. So when I tell you got to go to the doctor and go get the shot, and you don't want to do it, all right, well, fuck it. We got the right to put you down now, man. All right?
Verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
They're not gonna give a damn what the government's saying. They're not gonna give a damn what Esau Edom is saying out here. They're gonna take their power into their own hands, all right, and come up against the government because they're gonna feel that their rights have been taken, all right. And this is why this Operation Garden Plot is gonna come into hand. This is for what civil disturbance. We like weeks away from that if these if the government put these restrictions upon these jobs to have these people lose their jobs. So it's getting to the point to where we get ready to see these civil disturbances come.
Verse 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and man shall be afraid. Yeah, hey, that's why in the book of Isaiah, the 13th chapter, it says, the mighty man shall cry there bitterly, man. Okay, because, you know, we're going to get to the point where a lot of these so-called tough guys, all right, even guys in certain positions, all right, of authority, i.e., okay, feds, okay, police, all right, it's going to get to the point where they're going to just, bro, literally take off the badge, bro, throw the badge in the street, man. Okay, because the seriousness of how your life is, you have to make a life-dependent choice, man. Okay, whether you're going to get the jab, lose your job, all right, or go off of the faith. And a lot of you people don't know what to believe in because you were not predestined to make it, man. All right.
Hey, continuing on, going into when all these different disturbances happen. This is when we get ready to see them implement this new federal agency come in. All right, even though it's older, but you already heard of it. It's FEMA. All right, so when FEMA comes in, kick in, this is when the Constitution and all that is dispersed. It's gonna be no good. It's gonna be invalid. And now this is when you get ready to have these other different executive orders come through.
That's why it's called the New World Order. Right. There's going to be a whole new world. That Constitution that was built off this
very short
country beginning is not going to stand no more because Esau's going away with that. That's why he's going to make war with the American people because he has to conquer this world again. So he can implement again.
I believe that the guy in the car.
Right. Hey, he wants full control.
Going into Executive Order 10990 allows the government to take over all modes of transportation and control highways and seaports.
All right. So when you look at the different highways and different things, how they connect with each other going through the hoods, this is how Esau is going to make it so easy to come and grab Jacob. All right, they're gonna have the actual access over all these different roads, highways, different basically the transportation ways. All right, the railroads.
Esau could get people so easily. All he gotta do is put orange signs and say detour, and motherfuckers is gonna go down that road.
Right.
It says 10995 allows the government to seize and control communications media.
All right, hey, let's get into that with that famine of the word.
Yep.
All right, when Esau Edom gets control over the media, the internet, hey man, you can already get ready to kiss these videos goodbye. You're not gonna see us out here no more because this is when Esau Edom is gonna be out here controlling all of this, and this is when we get into the implementation of the digital all. You gotta go.
I'm gonna read a couple of these real quick. It says 10997 allows the government to take over all electrical power, gas, petroleum fuels, and minerals.
Yeah, and Esau wants all control of these things.
10998 allows the government to seize all means of transportation, personal cars, trucks, vehicles of any kind.
All right, so everything that you own, it ain't gonna matter because Esau gonna have control over that. This is why when you go into second Ezra, what the brother was going into, how they gonna be able to run up into your house and take your goods. It ain't gonna matter in that time because now we get ready to see Esau show them horns when all these different executive orders start to hit.
Because that's ultimately that the ruling class elites putting these orders down. It's not the everyday Edomite, it's the elites of Esau. They're putting this thing down to come down to where we're coming into, that insurrection. They want that, because they want to bring order out of chaos. That's it.
I'm trying to read three more real quick. It says 10999 allows the government to take over all food, resources, and farms. 11,000 allows the government to mobilize civilians into work brigades under the government supervision. So we put your ass into a working camp for them, all right, detention centers. It says, let me jump down to this one right here. 11004 allows the Housing and Finance Authority to relocate communities, build new housing with public funds, designate areas to be abandoned, and establish new locations for populations. So, hey, basically, you know what I'm saying? They can round you up, put you into these detention centers and say that you have to live here from now on, man. Oh, we're gonna take this here whole building and condemn it. Everybody that's in here, we're gonna move you out to this here spot over here. We can gas you in these places, man. All right? The same thing that Hitler wound up doing, man.
You're a danger to society. Either take this or prepare to come to this closest camp.
Yeah.
Hey, and that's getting the people geared, all right, to taking this digital all. All right, once Esau has complete control over this whole place, all right, it's getting ready to get to the point to where everybody's going to be running towards this digital all to go ahead and grab it. All right, because he's going to have complete control of what? The resources, the food, the water, all right, the transportation, highways, schools, jobs, money. So everybody's going to run towards this digital all that is coming, all right, as you read in the book of Revelation 13. All right, it has been prophesied, all right, that these things are getting ready to happen, and it's getting ready to come towards you, Jakes, man. All right, all of Israel is getting ready to come upon this whole world. All right, you can close out in Revelation. You got Revelation?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Which one? 13?
Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead, explore.
All right. Which one? I love 3. Revelation 13?
Yeah, 3 and 10.
3 and 10. All right, 3 and 10. All right, spirit.
Yeah,
All right, spirit. This is Revelations 3 and 10, and it reads, "Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation."
Right, and the hour of temptation is approaching. All right, it's nigh at hand. All right, we're seeing that this jab, all right, is in transition, all right, to get us to what? The digital all. So the Lord said He's going to keep us, all right, from all these different things that's getting ready to come upon this earth. The rest of the world is going to have to dwell in all these different torments and these different things of what Esau Edom was about to push. All right, but only the elect is going to be kept from these different things.
Hey, just to say real quick, you know, at my job, I went to go get my blood drawn the other day, and the nurse had a stack of papers, and I was like, let me see that. And on the stack of the papers, it pretty much says they're getting ready to start sending out Walgreens, people that work in Walgreens or CVS pharmacies. They're getting ready to send these people out to the job so people can get the jab for free, man. All right, so and I overheard Jake having a conversation with this Edomite, and right before I walked to the line, and he was like, "Hey, man, I'm going to the gun shop when I get off." You know, so you know, Jake, hey, these people, yeah, and me and the brother Mike Olive was chopping it up the other day. We went to the store, and I was like, bro, all this, you know, people that actually have a clue of what's going on, it's gonna get to the point where you gonna actually start seeing the reality of their actions, man. You know, because people know what's going on. They just hide by that fake love shit, that fake, you know, bro, that shit gonna go out the window, man. All right, when your job is on the line, your 401k and all this shit that you done built up, you gotta get, it's getting ready to get snatched from you, man, if you don't get this goddamn job, man. Okay? Revelations 3, continuing on, verse 10, it says, "I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth." Yep. This is the greatest test, man, and that's why the scriptures say in Zechariah the 13th chapter, Malachi the 3rd chapter says what? They shall call upon my name, and I will hear them from heaven and say, "It is my people," because the elect is going to call on the name of the Lord in that time, man. Okay, and that's why there has to be an elect so that Heavenly Father can be glorified, man. Okay, because the scriptures speak about a standard being lifted. The scriptures speak about a greater deliverance. Okay, the scriptures speak about miracles. Okay, so this is the time where the Lord is getting ready to flip, turn the tables, man. All the fearful unbelievers, all right, Revelation 21st chapter in the 8th verse, the fearful, the unbelievers, all right, you're going to have your part in the lake of fire when you've been over to this beast, man. But the elect is getting ready to worship the Heavenly Father out of the greater deliverance and the destruction of Babylon the Great, man.
Hey, that concludes it. All right, hey, showing you that we're getting ready to enter into a time of Jacob's trouble. All right, it's about to get worse. All right, as these times and these weeks and months go by. All right, and it's showing that the Lord is nigh at hand. All right, so we go ahead and close out. We want to give all honors and infinite praises to
Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Hakodash.
Double honors to our apostles and elders in Great Millstone, who have taught us this truth and who rule well. Enough respect and salutations, peace and blessings out there to you sincere and hope elect scattered abroad. This GmsTampa Bay. Shalom.
Shalom.